let's get this set up. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we're gonna try and arrange this just a little bit right. Let me reload. Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to the live stream. We're about 1 minute till showtime. I'll try not to pick my nose on camera. That's really cheesy to do that. I wore the Bob Marley shirt today for the special occasion. Welcome guys, welcome to the live chat, welcome QA, Saturday night super chat. Very cool, very exciting. Looking forward to hanging out with you guys. What's up? Nikosevic? Maria Niksevic. Josh Shelley. Hey Josh. Love you guys. Maria Niksevic. Elfie the Fly Guy. Keep the work up. I love your motivated spirit. Well, thank you, Elfie. Having a great time with these most recent vlogs. Hey Shannon. I'm gonna adjust this a little bit. Oh no, the chat disappeared. Alright, we'll leave it like that. Oh, I can move this screen over here. There we go. Well, let's let everybody gather in here before I start following up. My day has been absolutely wonderful. Believe it or not, I made another vlog today. And I don't want to give away too much of it, but it's me going on a bit of a beautiful, gorgeous, wintry walk. The sunshine and endless amount of sunshine and 40 degrees today was just glorious. I stayed out of the poker rooms today. I made it a nature day, which felt so good. It felt so good. How's your day, Josh? No, Shannon, this is a Kimok 7 only vlog. Carmen is back in Minnesota with her daughter, and I will be flying out there with her on the 26th. So she's coming back here, then I'm going there, then I'm coming back here. But she had a lot of fun with the vlogs and the live vlog as well. That was her first live vlog she ever did the other night, which is on YouTube, I guess. Thank you, Elfie Fly Guy. It means the world to me. I don't know any other way to be towards Chase other than just to love him to death. Hey, Jade. Hope you've been well as well. I've had a great day today, just hanging out, which feels so good. We got a little snow here, Roses, like an inch on the ground, ½ inch. What's up, Tech James? How's it going? Tell me your city when you chime in. I love learning the vast worldwide community that we have here in Kimok 7. What's up, Mo Tyler? Hey now. I got some Sound Tribe Sector 9 playing in the background. To give a little ambiance. I've got water. I've got Michelob Ultra Light, which tastes horrible. Elfie the Fly Guy, you're from Germany? Are you in Germany right now? Wow, I like the thumbs up. I mean the finger up. Bismarck, like North Dakota? Wow. You're watching from Belgrade, Serbia. Wow, that's incredible. Rhode Island. Thank you, Lee. I'm glad I could help you cope. Shannon from Minneapolis. Isn't that such a great city, Shannon? We're staying on New Year's Eve downtown in just like a 5-star hotel in Minneapolis. We're going to really live it up. Downtown Minneapolis is a lot of fun. A lot of great restaurants and microbreweries in Minneapolis. I've really enjoyed visiting Carmen there the last 1.5 years that she's lived there. She came there from California prior to that. Well, I think the winters in Chicago and Minneapolis are can be pretty horrible, just my opinion. But I've lived here all my life, so I've had the pleasure of going out to Denver, Colorado area in the December, January period where it's like 60 degrees every single day. So I just love it out there. What's up, Sarah Rivera? My son and I enjoy watching your vlogs. How is Chase? Chase is great today. He's with his mama. I love hearing stories of moms watching the vlogs with their children. It really warms my heart. It's I can't even fathom. I can't imagine like a whole family gathering around a TV screen with the computer up, the live feed up on a computer or a big TV watching my vlogs. Like, never in a million years did I think people would be doing that. But I've had several people tell me stories like that the whole family is gathering around watching the vlogs. That's really darn cool. Very, very, very cool. Hey, I try and keep the vlogs family friendly. I know there was a period there where I was swearing and stuff, just saying the S word, so I stopped doing all that. And, you know, YouTube's hopefully going to be nicer to me in the coming months and stuff. Like to fights? You're from Indonesia. S. Jurek, hi, I love your vids because how you guys live. Like to fights. I'm from Indonesia. Well, hey, you know, happiness is a choice. Carmen and I are very fortunate in every respect of our lives, from occupation to health to lifestyle. You know, same with, I can't speak for Chase's mom, but even though Chase has a disability, he's a very, very happy kid. And Chase's sister is very happy as well and doing really well in college. So, yeah, everyone's healthy and happy. And I guess you can count your blessings and knock on wood to be able to say that. I know a lot of people are not as fortunate, so I count my blessings every single day. What's up, Ed Jurek? Oh, sorry, I mean like no fights, sorry. Yeah, I don't know what you mean by that, but do we fight off camera? Not really. Carmen moves in with me next summer, so it'll be a transitional period for me because by then I will have lived alone for 5 years. But I'm very excited about it. She is incredible on multiple levels. Who is my favorite YouTuber? Wow. It's a very difficult answer. You know, outside of the autism realm, you know, obviously following autism, I spend a good amount of time on there, but outside of the autism realm, my favorite YouTube channels are not necessarily specific YouTubers. They are music-oriented channels that are focused on the jam band scene, the poker scene. There's a very influential poker vlogger that has influenced how I am producing autism vlogs. And his name is, what the heck is his name? I'll think of it in a few minutes. My mind's got a lot going on here right now. What is his name? I'll think of it. I promise you. Yo, Andrew Nemi, of course. That's his name. So Andrew has motivated me to try and, you know, purchase the most ultra drone. So I've been looking at a lot of drones, but I have to, you know, I gotta make sure I'm gonna use it if I'm gonna invest all that money in the drone. I wish all the best for you and your family. Hey, Fetalagio, how do you know Andrew Nemi, by the way? Are you a poker player? Yeah, I mean, Andrew sets the bar. So I don't have his equipment. I don't have I don't have an iMac Pro. I have Andrew's camera. I bought the Canon camera. I believe I have his skills, and in terms of being on camera and focus and everything, but he has a certain X factor that I don't have yet. And the X factor would be, number one, he's using a much higher quality editing system program. Like if it's, I think it's Vegas Pro or something, that would be on an iMac Pro. And he is more savvy with the music in and out and the transitions. and he has multiple cameras that he uses. And I haven't gotten to that level, but I'm learning, and I study all his moves and everything. And he has some background before he got into YouTube, and I do not. I mean, I do, but a very basic form. It's so cool to hear you guys talk about Andrew. Oh yeah, he has twice the number of subs I have, maybe. Let's take a look. I'm gonna go on his page right now. Oh, you've made some vlogs like Andrew? Very cool. Let's see how many subs he's got. I don't know why I forgot his name. When I'm doing these live super chats, it's tough for me to focus on multiple things. And I have like 3 different video screens going on in front of me. So Andrew has 75,000 subscribers. Wow. So I was right. He has double what I have. Would you ever collaborate with Following Autism? Of course. I see you guys commenting on each other's videos, so I'm hoping for a collaboration. Yeah, definitely. That'd be great. There's different ways to do it. You could do a split screen live, which I don't know how to do, but I know other people do it. Like a split screen live chat Skype thing. I don't know how to do it, but I'm a pretty quick learn when it comes to this computer stuff. So maybe typically if I watch tutorials on YouTube to learn different ways to go about things. Thank you, Julia. It's been a beautiful day. Yeah, I mean, I agree. My channel's not at the level of Andrew's, but whose is? Andrew is, he's just so great. What more can I say? I did a super chat a couple times, super chat donations when he was chatting live, just to get him to. Well, I said to him, I said, Andrew, here's $5. Give a shout out to Kimok7 poker vlog in Chicago, and he did, and I was so cool. And I got like 700 subscribers that day or something. But obviously, a lot of my poker subscribers are leaving me, which I understand. And you know, if I had the time, I would have more poker vlogs on a different channel, but I'd put that on the back burner for now. I do have another YouTube channel. It's not dedicated to poker, but I haven't spent much time on that, so stay tuned for more on that. What's up, Australia? Scotland, Kimberly Reed. Hope you don't ask me, but does Chase enjoy Christmas? My friend's son is autistic and he finds it. No, Chase has always been cool with Christmas. It seems to put a little extra smile on his face because he likes the music, and obviously he likes opening presents. It's tough for me to get a 100% clear understanding of what he would like or dislike about Christmas, but I've never got the vibe from him there's anything he dislikes about Christmas. Chase is still mostly nonverbal unless he wants something. Hey, King Prichelle, you know I love you, man. How did I meet my wife? Well, I had moved. I had left my second wife in February of 2013. So I moved from Chicago to the suburbs, like upper close towards my parents and where my daughter was living at the time. And yeah, I was on a pretty down mood that day, and I was just hanging out at the local bar, and Carmen was in there with her friend, and I knew her friend, so we got chatting and all, and you know, within a half hour we hit it off. We learned that we had the same birthday, and we both were separated, and the rest is history. You know, we dated long distance for 4 or 5 years here before we got married this past September. So incredible. It is just incredible, and we worked hard at it, you know. Great relationships don't come easy. She was very patient with me, that's for sure. Because there were times I'm like, you know, I don't. Hey, Canada, Sarah Vera. How, by the way, did Chase get the Wii Sports he wanted? Hi from England. I'll answer that question. Big fan of the vlogs. Hey, Connor, thank you so much. I'm going to go up the channel here. Do I play Poker Stars? No, I always played Ultimate Bet and Carbon and a little bit America's Card Room Full Tilt back in the day. Yeah, Carmen is famous from back in her female wrestling days. You can search on YouTube, search Glow Wrestling, Glow Wrestling, and then put in dash, and then put in Soul Patrol, and you'll see all her wrestling videos from when she was in syndicated television shows for about 3 or 4 years in the late 80s. They're all up on YouTube. You can see her wrestling in a skimpy outfit in the ring. Hey Maze, I feel like people are too quick to divorce nowadays. Relationships are instant, they're built over time. Well, I appreciate your feedback on that, you know. I tend to agree with you, you know. My first, Chase's mom and I were together, we were married for 10 years. Before that, we were together for like 6 or 7 years. We gave it everything we got, you know. Sometimes relationships don't work out. And my second marriage was kind of a trophy wife, worked with her, and she had a substance abuse problem, so I left her. Simple as that. After many attempts to get her into help. So, you know, your comment there is respectful, but there are concrete reasons why some people get divorced. And obviously, you know, when married couples have special needs kids, like 80% of them end up in divorce, and I'm not going to get into the reasons why, but you can read about it online. There's many articles written about it. Okay, you guys are coming up with some good questions here. Let me see you. Victor, listen, I hope... Hey, all my guns. Hey, the purple chicken from New Zealand. King Purcell, 8 years with my wife. It's not easy. Well, congratulations. 8 years is something to applaud. Victor, listen, I hope that one day I can be as patient and understanding as you are with my son. Very admirable. You know, as I've said many times, Chase is just... I guess it's always been easy for me to be patient. I'm an extremely compassionate person, and I think it has to do with my upbringing. So I've always had extreme compassion for Chase. I've seen him struggle. Therefore, it's just my innate personality to be patient and loving and kind and everything to him. So, you know, be patient with yourself. It takes time. Like anything else, the more patience, how do I put it? The more patient you are, the more patient you'll become. Jade L, I'm a neurotypical 16-year-old teen. Chase is 2 years older than me. Just watching your vlogs of you and your son always brightens my day. Smile. Thank you. I'm glad to hear that. You know, these videos are about autism awareness, but if they also put a lot of smiles on your face. How long have you been playing guitar? Since I was 15. I took lessons for 3 months, and then I taught myself to play ever since. So I could play all the basic chords and read all the stuff on Ultimate Guitar that you'd see, to be able to teach myself songs, and singing to me always came natural. Maddie Jane, your videos help me decide what I want to do with my life. That's incredible. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Love it. In college, I was into psychology and stuff. It was long before I knew anything about autism. Maddie, your videos help me decide. That's awesome, Maddie. You're going to college for special ed. Very cool. Chase's mom did the same thing long before Chase's mom had a child with autism. Isn't that strange? My mom was also a special ed teacher as well. It's a tough profession, but it's very rewarding. What's up, Rudy? What's up, Vale Oomzi? What would you do if YouTube didn't exist? Well, I never thought of that. I've always been very active on Facebook. I got into Instagram over the last year and a half. Prior to that, I always made videos back in the day on VHS, and we would put together these little funny compilation videos and stuff. Brian and I would. And you know, YouTube came about in 2008 when I uploaded my account. I was dedicating it to recording concerts. It was all about music for a number of years. And then I started storm chasing and recording myself doing music. So if you search Kim Mach 7 acoustic covers and stuff, there's like, I could do like 50 Doors songs on here. But what would I do if YouTube didn't exist? Hey, you know, I'd find other healthy hobbies. I consider this a healthy hobby, healthy fun. A lot of this is you know, generating some tiny little revenues that I could put towards Chase's future, which has been great for him. I love the process of making videos and editing videos and producing videos, and the improvisational aspect of putting it all together. It's like trying to make a soup. Like the vlog I did today, which I'll upload tonight and you'll see tomorrow. I mean, I didn't think, it just came together incredibly well. So each time I do a new vlog, I'm learning and it becomes better and better and better and better. So just like Andrew Nemi probably started out with some amateur stuff, mine is just going to get better and better and better. I have tons of hobbies. I mean, what would I do without YouTube didn't exist? Hey, you know, I can blog, I can write. I don't know. To have the video capability of spread autism awareness on video is just killer. It's incredible. I barely remember life before the internet. Yeah. Did Chase have therapy? Chase had extensive ABA therapy starting at a year and a half all the way up to age, you know, 10, 11, 12. He is the byproduct of the greatest thing money could buy for anyone diagnosed with autism in the year 2001. He had it all. He had the best therapy, the best speech therapy, occupational therapy, in-home and out-of-home, private schooling, private therapies, you name it. That's the reason why Chase does have some functional language this day. And I give his therapy 100% credit as the reason why he is functioning way better than anyone ever thought he would. What are some of the things he likes to do? Hey, San Diego. Well, Chase likes to play on his computer. You know, he likes to draw. He likes to hike. He likes to jump around. He likes to have fun. He likes to go out and do things, as long as it's not, you know, a big noisy place. Thank you, Purple Chicken. In San Diego, that's very cool. We are going to try and get out to Palm Springs over the next year or so. Carmen and I have friends in Palm Springs, and we may go live there someday. King Purcell, what are your parents like? What was your childhood like? You know, my parents are from a whole different generation. They're both 80 years old. They're both 100% healthy right now. They live right down the street. My dad's very much a loner and very quiet if he's not talking about work. My mom was a teacher, an artist. They grew up, you know, Italian, Irish communities in the south side of Chicago. Fairly good upbringings for both of them. Well educated. My mom has a master's degree. My dad's multiple degrees. My dad worked for Rand McNally Map Company for 30 years. He was a very stern father growing up, German, and if you didn't listen, if you disobey, you're gonna know it. Oh, thank you so much for the donation. You are so nice. You're so kind. Your donation is gonna go to help Chase's future. So thank you so much. Who made that donation? So I give you a shout out. What's up, Roses? All right, Roses, we're gonna give you 100% undivided attention, and then King Purcell, I will elaborate. King Roses, $10 shout out, super chat. Thank you so much. You were so kind and generous. She writes, you write, my 10-year-old son has been loving your storm chasing videos. Very cool. You know, I saw 7 tornadoes in the year 2015, and all of those are up on YouTube. Just search Kim Mach 7 tornado, Kim Mach 7 storm chase. Before year 2015, I had never seen a tornado before. So what I started doing that year, in Northern Illinois, I was bombarded by tornadoes, so my timing was good, is I would go on the apps and I'd follow the storm chasers. So I'd follow them, which is very dangerous. I don't recommend it. And I was all by myself. And yeah, there was a tornado outbreak here on April 9th, year 2015. And I'm glad your son's enjoying watching it. His favorite movie is Into the Storm. Into the Storm, I don't know if I've seen that. And anything else with tornadoes. His name is Gavin, and the light of my life. All right, Roses, here's what I want you to do to tell Gavin, or get Gavin to watch this. Number 1, storm chasing is an absolute blast. And Gavin, as he gets older, can study it. He can study weather, the weather phenomenons, and study what's the word I'm looking for? meteorology. So you can study to become a meteorologist or meteorology. And I would have loved to have done that, but I only have one lifetime to do it. And my passion for it is just unbelievable. And I mentioned on a comment the other day on YouTube that I've experienced 3 real emotions seeing tornadoes. I've never experienced these emotions before. And one of those emotions is shock and awe and absolute fear. So it's like all of that at once. So it's this exciting shock and awe, but then like the amount of dread that you're feeling, because I was surrounded by 2 or 3 tornadoes. I mean, I was shaking far more than I normally shake. And I had a racing heart for about 2 hours. And maybe it was close to a panic attack, I don't know, but I did not have a panic attack. And I kept filming, and I had 2 different cameras filming. And yeah, don't get me started. I will not shut up about storm chasing and get me talking about it. But thank you, Roses. Thank you for the donation. Getting back to King Purcell, let me get to the super chat here. My parents, incredible people, very supportive in multiple ways, multiple levels. They gave me really free reign, like a free range parenting growing up. I got to do a lot of anything I ever wanted to do. You know, it was a great childhood. I had the most incredible childhood filled with fun and outdoor activities. I was not in the home. I didn't sit around and watch TV. It was long before the internet. I'm 46 years old. I lived down by the river, fishing, biking, hiking, going to resorts. I had 22 guy friends on our street. It was incredible. And the 4 seasons of Chicago, where you've got the spring, the summer, the fall, the winter, there's endless amounts of things to do. I learned to ski at an early age of 6. I was on my BMX bike for the first 15 years of my life. I lived on that thing. So I hope I answered your question. All right, let's get some more questions in here. What's up, Autism Motive family? Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Carmen and I just spent Labor Day weekend there. What's up, Maxi Bond? Q. You're good with that Q. Magic J13. Why does Chase wear headphones most of the time? Magic J13, it's because it helps him from getting oversensitized. The headphones block out some of his environment. They block out sound and noise, and it helps him control and become peaceful within his outdoor environment. People with autism, they are oversensitized. All of their senses are. So if he can block out some of that noise and have more peace and tranquility in his life, that's why he wears the headphones. And a lot of individuals with autism wear the headphones to keep them from getting oversensitized. What's up, Jody Triolia? Did you get your Christmas shopping done? Hello, New York. With Chase, Carmen be with you on Christmas Day. Yes, they will. Like a lot of divorced parents, you know, Chase will be going from his mom's to my house, to grandma's house, a lot of stuff like that. Some of that, but Chase's grandparents live like 10 minutes from me, so that works out great on his mother's side. And then my parents live 10 minutes away too. All right, we're gonna go down the questions here. Can I be a moderator? I don't know. I don't have an answer on that. I'm still kind of new to this, Rudy. Greetings from the Netherlands. It's midnight here. Wow. Roses, you are so kind. Thank you so much. Autismo, living up in Lake Geneva. I'm jealous. I love it up there. Flaming Gaming, I love your videos. Well, I love the Flaming Lips, and I love your name, Flaming Gaming. It reminds me of the Flaming Lips. We're just a great band. What's up, Mick L, also known as Michelle? I'm glad the videos make you guys happy. They're only going to get better and better and better. I promised somebody on YouTube that I would answer their question first, because I did a survey on YouTube of when I should start tonight's vlog, and I said, you want to start it at 7 or 8 or 9 or 10? So 52% of you said you wanted me to start it at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, which it did. And that person asked the question, will I ever give Chase the camera and let him make movies, and is he interested in filming and holding the camera? And it's just a great question. Hang on. I'm going to get to all your questions. The great thing is I could go back up towards the questions. Okay, I'll answer that question briefly. Chase does not show too much interest in holding the camera and videotaping. He does videotape things with his iPad, and they're usually really quick things, no more than 5, 10, or 15 seconds long. So if he is going to, thank you. Hey, I love Bob Marley. If Chase is going to, I love reggae music. If Chase is going to videotape stuff that's really short, so I don't know what I can do with it, but it gives me a great idea if I can maybe direct him and say, hey Chase, here's the Canon G7X, different than the iPhone. Why don't you videotape yourself talking about the animals in your book? And I think he will do it. So we're going to try some different things with that. Let me go up towards your question. Yeah, I love reggae music so much. Peter Tosh, Bob Marley are just, wow, I wish I could have seen them. Did you struggle much in raising Chase? I lived with Chase full time the first 6 years before we divorced. And yes, it was an extreme struggle, challenge, tough. Every emotion you could probably imagine. You know, to see your son struggle with communication, and I mean, hey, Chase couldn't communicate, okay? He couldn't write, he couldn't speak, and he would just moan and yell and groan. And imagine yourself the first 6, 7, 8 years of your life, you can't talk, you can't write. I mean, now when Chase got to like 7, 8 years old, he started answering some questions and stuff, so was it tough for me and his mom? Nothing will ever be as tough as that. Nothing. I can't even begin. There's nothing that ever compares to learning the diagnosis, getting over the mourning period, kind of just starting over. Your life, my life started over. Chase's mom's life started over. Thank God Chase had a sister to help him socialize and cope and do things and activities. She was very engaged with him. Let's get to some more questions. The purple chicken, your question's great. I mean, obviously I can talk about that for hours. Luckily, I was in a financial situation where I can afford certain therapies, and a lot of parents out there around the world cannot. And for them, it's going to be a far more of a struggle than it was for me. At least I had access to, and Chase's mom had access to, the therapies that got Chase talking. You know, at least Chase was physically healthy, genuinely happy. You experience every emotion in the book, really. Charlotte Ambrose, I'm going up towards your question. DJ Fruit Loops, what's up? Glad you guys are having a great day. What's up, Kayla Whitmire? Did you ever get my email? Kayla, who's it coming from? Tell me the email address it's coming from. I get all my email addresses, all my emails, so I don't know why I'm not getting yours, but my email is kimmock@comcast.net. And I don't know. Maybe you should try Facebook private messaging me. What's up, Lela Lawmore? Fury Fox? I have some astrophobia, severe hate hearing about storms, or hearing them, or being in them. Yeah, they're terrifying. What's up, Switzerland? I love that name, DJ Fruit Loops. It's so funny. Hey, Ireland McMahon 740. Hey, Sherry Humphreys. Sherry says, I love watching Chase. I am a mother of a 22-year-old with autism. He is nonverbal for the most part and is my world. I have an autism awareness tattoo, and I love to raise awareness. Very cool, Sherry. Sherry, your name and the spelling of your name is exactly the same as Chase's mom. How cool is that? Does your son still live with you? I'd be interested in knowing, since your son and Chase are only 4 years apart, how did your son develop from 18 age 22? Because that's the great unknown for Chase, is we don't know what's going to, come of in the next 4 years. I'd be interested in learning more. Thank you for tuning in, Sherry. Let's get to some more questions. I'm going back down the screen here. Kayla, thank you for spelling my name correct. That's a rarity. Chad with 2 D's. Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. I've been all over Wisconsin. Door County, especially the Dells. It's a pretty area. How's Chris the cool looking rabbit? Love the voice. Well, Chris is doing very well. Chris likes to go in the forest and hunt out little rodents and stuff and eat them. And in the evenings, he sleeps with Chase, you know. Chase has Chris the rabbit. He's got like Kelly the cougar and Bartholomew the bear. So he's got those 3 main puppets. And then there's that other like dragon puppets. He's got big 4 puppets. And he's got like 10 packages under the Christmas tree from all you viewers that Carmen and I just eventually wrapped up. And he's going to open them up on Christmas. I'm going to read more of your questions. Laramar, is it true that YouTube takes big percentage of SuperChat donations? I want to donate but don't want to give so much to YouTube. I don't know that is true whatsoever. These SuperChat donations are a new thing that I've just jumped into, the SuperChats, over the last month or so. And from what I've read, I don't think YouTube takes too much of it whatsoever. They don't, you know, there's no ads running on here and stuff. I don't know, I'd have to look into it. It's probably a simple Google search. Did you struggle much raising Chase? I already read that question. All right, let's get back to it. What's up, Charlie Ambrose? 1:30 a.m. in the UK. Wow. Thank you, Anthony. Yeah, there are so many people that are subscribing from the UK and donating money, and you guys' support is incredible. What's up, Sandy? Love in Michigan. Love it. Jody, thank you for all your support and tuning in. You did not finish your shopping? Well, thank you for putting your shopping aside to follow this live chat. It's very nice of you. Hannah Rose, cheers from Florida. Love watching you guys. Thank you. I love Florida. I've spent so much time down there during my lifetime. It's just a great time. Daytona, Orlando, Fort Myers, Tampa, St. Petersburg, Miami, Key Biscayne, Manchester, UK. Very cool. What's up, Mike Long? Nice shirt. Well, thank you so much. Reggae is a huge part of my life. I listen to Roots Reggae on TuneIn, and I listen to the Joint on XM, those 2 different reggae channels. What's up, Super H? Can you say hi to my mom, Enza Danino? Well, I just did. What's up, Enza Danino? Hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. Thank you for tuning in. Mo Rivera, your channel is so interesting, and I love watching your videos. I hope you get a lot more subscribers. Well, thank you so much. This all started out with just me doing some little video activities, videotaping Chase. You know, I think one of the first ones is just him going sledding, and then him just hanging out on the couch. As Jurek, why did your wife broke up? Sorry for my bad language. I'm not going to get into that, as it's so complicated. So complicated. Have you ever been to Ireland? No, I have not. But Chase's sister has been to Ireland. She got to go as an a cappella group, and it's incredible. She's already been out of the country. I've never been to Europe. I've been to Canada and the Caribbean. I don't know how to say your name here. Plays? Vertex Plays. Hi, my cousin has Down syndrome, and he wanted to say hello. Well, hello, your cousin. Thank you for tuning in. I gotta wear my glasses on these future vlogs. DJ Fruit Loops, good to see you have Aspie Jordan. Love the channel, man. Rudy, I'm going to go. Thank you, Rudy, for tuning in. You have a great night. Hey, S. Jurek, I answer most questions, but that one I'm not going to get into. Have a good night, Rudy. Just Chase, admire, and look up to certain individuals, like in a role model type of way. Chase is not functioning at that level. Um, Keep in mind he's still mostly nonverbal. Chase will speak if he wants something. He will occasionally use more than 1 or 2 words in a given phrase. A lot of Chase's communication is still nonverbal. His facial expressions, things he does. Hey, just if you watch the vlogs, all of them, you'll get almost a clear understanding of Chase's verbal abilities. Most of his verbal that he does do is scripting. But good question. Courtney B, so much love and respect for you, Chad, as a person of fun. Thank you, Courtney. Thank you so much. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for supporting the channel. Did I find you on Facebook as Kimok7? Yeah, just search Kimok7 Autism Vlog on Facebook and you'll find that's also, if you go to my main page, my YouTube page, in the upper right hand corner, there's links to a donation page, Instagram, Facebook. I think that's the 4 of them. Oh yeah, Polly the Penguin, that's right. The Polly the Penguin's the best. Laura Moore, if you ever get up to Maine in the summer, be sure to go to Peaks Island just off the coast of Portland. They have reggae Sundays every week and they are so chill. Wow, that would be a dream come true. I would absolutely love to do that. That would be huge. All right, DJ Fruitlip says YouTube takes a percentage with SuperChat and takes about 30 days to get the money. Yeah, so every 30 days through my Google AdSense account on a monetized YouTube page, which I have, it pays out to my checking account every 30 days. Then I forward those funds over to Chase's mama. It's been used to donations with Streamlabs. Chad Grimm, nice name, Chad. Did I remember you the other day? Oh yes, you're a fish fan. I love it. I'm watching some of your older vids. I noticed you tried kicking the drink. How did you do doing it with that? Carried the yellow balloon for many years myself. Great question, as I have a Michelob Ultra Light sitting next to me here. So what I did in August is I went 28 days without drinking any alcohol. I did it as an experiment. I do not believe I'm alcoholic or have alcoholism or anything like that. I just know as I'm getting older, it's harder and harder to just, have any rich beers, certainly any hard alcohol. And, it takes a toll on my running and my exercise regimes and a lot of other things. So not only did I do it as a vlog, because it's on YouTube, just search Kimok7, what does it say? 30 days sober or something like that? Sober living. So it's Kimok7 sober living. So I went 28 days, just cold turkey in August, and there was only like 3 or 4 days in there where it was a little bit more difficult, and a little bit of headaches and stuff. It was similar to like when I stopped drinking coffee several years ago for like a month. You get these little like headaches and stuff for a little while. But how did I do it? Just sheer willpower and a desire to get healthier, and I'm still getting healthier, and I'm going to do it again in January. It's ironically and coincidental that you bring this up, because in today's vlog that you'll see tomorrow, I produced and edited today, I actually talk about this topic. I've studied the topic extensively online and stuff. Going cold turkey is probably not recommended if you're a heavy drinker, but I'm not. So I did buy some non-alcoholic beers, which I had here. Like with anything that you're trying to quit something, you got to replace it with a healthy exercise. A healthy activity. So for me, it's exercise and just eating well. There's my answer, sheer willpower and the desire to want to feel better, look better, sleep better. The list goes on. In life, when you want something bad enough, you're going to do whatever it takes. I hope I answered your question, Chad. Let me say this. It's a new year. Here's what I want you to do. You can do it with me. I'll be your sponsor, okay? either two options. Either do it in January or February. Choose for yourself either to go 14 days completely sober or a full month. I suggest you try and do a full month because I think 2 weeks is too easy. And just do it. And just do it. And don't go out to bars anymore, which is what I did. I didn't go out to any bars. That made it really, really easy. A lot of times I play poker in the evenings, and those guys don't drink. So thank you for the chat donation, Kimberly Reed. You're so kind. What is yours and Chase's Christmas traditions? I'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah, so I play poker. None of these guys drink, so it's very easy for me to hang around a bunch of guys that don't drink. That was a huge part of my success and continues to be so. Thank you for the donation. Let's get to your question because anyone who makes a super chat donation is going to get my undivided attention here. Let me get your name here. You were very kind, Kimberly Reed. $2 donation. It's £2, right? Over in the UK. Kimberly, Chase Christmas traditions. You know, it's on one end it's an easy question. On the other end, it's a hard question. Okay. Our traditions are no different than any other family. You know, when we lived downtown in the Chicagoland area, there were a lot of in the downtown Chicago Loop area. It's just a beautiful place to live around Christmas because there's so many places with decorations and the Christmas spirit and Santa Claus and parades and the zoo lights. So that was certainly a tradition when I lived down there for 10 years to take Chase to all of those things. There's a sledding hill right there. So Christmas and winter, it's kind of like the same thing for me here. Yeah, I mean, those were really the traditions, was outdoor activities, believe it or not, in Chicagoland. You know, obviously we get a tree every year. We're not into fake trees. We always got a real tree. Both I did and Chase's mom did. So Chase always grew up around real Christmas trees. I'm sure he enjoys the smell of them, the look of them aesthetically, and the presents and all. Yeah, that's really the only answer that I have for that question. Thank you so much for your super chat donation. You were too kind. All right, let's get to some more questions. Does Chase like snow? Yeah, he seems to like the seasons. It's interesting how he never seems to get cold when he's outside. He has quite a tolerance for the winter. Chase is 18 and a half. Shannon, I know Chase's mom has some problems in the past with live streams and some videos, but did you think she would ever be in a video? I would love to hear more about Chase through the spectrum. I'm 100% with you. I would love to hear her take and perspective on live videos. Being on the internet and being on camera and being live is not for everyone. I hope for a day when her and Chase's sister could contribute and participate in some vlogs, even if it's just a short little segment. You know, Chase's mom is going to have a huge different perspective than I have. You know, she's lived with Chase full-time his entire life. She is his everything. So, you know, stay tuned for that. I don't rule it out in the coming years, maybe. I don't think anything in the short term. But Chase's mom has contributed some videos to the vlogs. The snippet of Chase drawing the chalk on the trampoline was from Chase's mom. The video of Chase singing Mr. Grinch was from Chase's mom. So she sent me some videos to include there, and she's very proud of, you know, and the whole other thing, separate side of this, you know, you have to, there are privacy issues, and so long as these videos are not exploiting Chase or doing anything inappropriate, then they're completely wholesome and all about autism awareness, which is great, and she thinks it's great too, and we're doing such a great thing here. But maybe we'll get Chase's sister in a future vlog, even if it's a short thing. That would be great. I hope to take Chase up to, hey, Will Van Gundy, you know I love you, man. I hope to take Chase up to Minneapolis sometime over the next 3 to 6 months, which is up where my Chase's sister lives. So then we're gonna have Chase and Chase's sister on camera, maybe, and that could be something really cool. But for Chase's mom for right now, I can't speak for her, so have I aggressively pursued her to be on a video? Or no, I have not. So, all right, let's move on to some other questions here. It's getting hot in here, man. We're gonna take I have some water break here. Let me take a water break. Hey, well, Chase loves Anthony's because he got to play with three neurotypical kids 3 years ago and play Nerf guns. And Chase doesn't get to do those kind of activities every day. So that was a real treat for Chase. He absolutely loved it, and that's why he talked about it for a year and a half. But it's not something I could just pick up the phone and set up that date. You know, these are neurotypical kids with neurotypical friends in very normal families. When I say normal, that would be, you know, different than a family raising a child with autism or severe autism. For many years there, Chase would certainly be considered more leaning towards severe autism. He's completely nonverbal for years. But, you know, Anthony's one of my great friends and a great buddy, and I give people space. That's kind of my MO. That's part of who I am. I'm very aggressive in my profession. I'm a salesperson. But then outside of that, I'm a pretty laid back, very gentle, nice, caring, compassionate guy. And I'm not gonna, you know, aggressively hound somebody for something, you know. I often will wait for an invitation. When you're talking to somebody else's home and your own child and Chase, and that's all I can say about it. Chase hates loud music. Chase doesn't really like, he doesn't like rock and roll. He likes, when he's in my car, yeah, he likes when I put on the Grateful Dead. He's familiar with it and stuff, but I don't put on really heavy rock and stuff. Fish, I don't know what he thinks of Fish. Hey, Jamie Stafford, welcome to the channel, and thank you for joining it. Let's get to some of your questions. I'll talk about my work for a second here. Does Chase like movies? He likes animated stuff like Toy Story and very infantile stuff. Chase is still into movies he grew up with, like prior to age 10. So all those basic movies. But that's, you know, what's up, Megan Loves Life? You're very nice. Thank you for the comment. Where's Chase? He's with his mama. Jamie Stafford, welcome to the channel. I'm going to get to some more questions up here. So on the topic of Chase and Wii Sports, I was extremely surprised that Chase played the Wii game over at Anthony's, because I had it at my place for the last 5 years, and every time I would set it up for him, Chase would disconnect it and throw it in the closet. So when I moved and Carmen and I bought this condo back in May, I just threw it in the garbage. I couldn't even give it away on Craigslist. Then there I am months later at Anthony's house, and he's up there playing all the Wii games. I was floored. I'm still floored. Am I going to go run out and buy it for him? No, I'm not. Chase, part of Chase is personality, is routines. And when I say about routines, he likes to do the same thing that he would do in a previous setting at a specific location that he had done prior. So for Daddy's house, he has these routines that he does at Daddy's house. For his mom's house, he has routines that he does there. At his grandparents' house, so the specific thing, he associates those things with those locations. It's kind of an obsessive compulsive kind of behavior. So he doesn't associate playing video games with going to Daddy's house. So he has a GameCube that he used to bring over from his mama's house, but lately he won't even let his mom pack that into his bag to bring over. He doesn't want, he associates that with his mama's house. So I hope that gives you a little bit of insight into Chase's behavior there. I'm gonna go up to some of your questions here. What type of autism did Chase have? Like functioning type, or what's his mental age? You know, emotionally, socially, Chase is at a very young age. You know, emotionally, socially. I don't know what age it is. I have no idea. Some people say 6, 5. He doesn't cry a lot anymore. Sometimes if he stims on something for a long period of time, he'll start to cry. Sometimes he'll be laughing and crying at the same time. When Chase was diagnosed, they just said pervasive developmental disorder and autism. There was no level 1, 2, or 3 back then. I've always felt of him as medium autism. I've met severe autism people in all his school classrooms. I've sat in on classrooms about 7 times in the past at Easter Seals. So I've got good reference points of his level. The older he gets, the more higher functioning he is. But, in the end, he requires 24-hour supervision. He's very low functioning in terms of his social ability and safety and self-care. He bathes himself in the bath now. He will brush his teeth, but you have to tell him. He does clean up after himself. I find him taking dishes and putting them in the sink, which is incredible. His mom must have taught him that. He's kind of a slob and stuff like any teenager. He just dumps things around. He'll have bags of chips all over the floor. He doesn't clean up after himself, stuff like that. There's no one answer to that question, he's still low functioning on one end, but on the whole other end of spectrum, he can read and write well above an 18-year-old. Yes, his mother is remarried. You guys watch the vlogs, you get a feel for who he is. He's incredible. He's very happy, he's very coordinated, he's got great eye contact, and he will essentially answer most any question. Now, if you ask him questions about his emotions or feelings, you're not going to get any answer. Sherry Humphreys, my son has many diagnoses: autism, moderate to severe mental retardation, OCD, bipolar. Would you say his worst one is puberty? Can't do anything for that. Yeah, it's so tough. Sherry, I'm going to read your question one more time to myself. Yeah, Chase flourished through puberty. He really did. Thank you for sharing that, Sherry. Thank you, Megan Loves Life, for loving Chase. Jose Perez, as a parent whose son has autism, is it challenging? If so, how challenging? I just joined, so sorry if you have already been asked this question. Yeah, I just answered that. I don't want to elaborate too much about it. Knowledge is power, so it's going to be more challenging to you if you don't educate yourself. So Chase's mom and I threw ourselves into educating ourselves, and that made it less challenging, but it is extremely challenging. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It is the toughest thing you may ever experience would be to raise a child with autism, depending on the severity. I don't know. Especially those early years. Hey, you know what? It could be far worse. I always tell people, thank you for the donation. You are too kind, from the UK. I like to tell parents too, okay, your son has autism, your daughter has autism. You know what? Your child doesn't have a terminal disease. Your child is generally happy. Your child is still enjoying their life most of the time. You really have to make a list to yourself every day as the parent of a diagnosed child of the positives. There are a lot of positives. And look at Chase, Look at him. He's a very, very happy child. So you can't sit around and pity yourself and feel sorry for yourself. You have to celebrate the successes and the joys of your special need child and accept it and enjoy the small things in life, For me, it's always been, I took Chase to the park and a playground, and I didn't get hang up on that. He didn't want to socialize with me. So, yeah, it's a very, very challenging, very, very challenging thing. Let's get to some more questions. What does Chase want for Christmas? Well, you got to watch the new vlog that I put up. You didn't watch it. He said, I want baby, what the heck did he say? My mind is overloaded with information. You know, he loves the Baby Einstein Animals DVDs. Don't send it to him because he already has. Thank you guys for the Super Chat donations. You are too kind. I'm going to get to your questions because anyone who makes a Super Chat, you're going to get my undivided attention. You know, for Chase for Christmas, I get him little... I'll show you what I got him, okay? I hope nobody in his family's watching this because it's supposed to be a surprise, but I got him these new ear things. But before I do that, I want to get to your Super Chat because anyone who makes a Super Chat donation, you're going to get my undivided attention. Rachel, before I get to you, Rachel, I want to get to the one that was right before you, and then I'll get to yours, Rachel. So hang on. My goodness, this is... Who made the $2 donation? Kimberly Reed. Did you ask a question, Kimberly? Oh, you did. Kimberly Reed, what is yours and Chase's Christmas traditions? I definitely answered that question. The outdoor zoo lights and stuff like that. Kimberly, thank you so much for the donation. You're super generous, super kind. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting Kimmock 7. With every donation, you're supporting the future of this channel. I'll tell you that much. Rachel Dolly Wolf Hug. What does that mean? Rachel Dolly Wolf Hug. Rachel, you got to know something. I like Salvador Dali. There's these paintings downtown the Chicago Art Museum. I stare at them for hours. Rachel Dolly Wolf Hug. Thank you for your $20 Super Chat donation. You write, my mom raised 3 kids with varying degrees of autism. It was hard on her, but it was also very rewarding. Exactly. So you nailed it right on the head, what I was trying to articulate. My mom was awesome with us. And Chad, you were phenomenal, believe me. Thank you so much. You guys got, I lived with Chase the first 6 years of his life. So ever since then, it's been part-time, shared custody and stuff. So those first 6 years is where it was the toughest. And Chase's mom and I just did our best. We educated ourselves. We considered ourselves expert in autism by like year 3 or 4 or 5. We did it all. We read every book. We went to every seminar. We researched everything you can imagine. We even, we're going to do chelation therapy and make sure all the heavy metals were out of his blood. We did a toxicology report on Chase's blood. We strapped them down and took blood from him. It was horrific. And he didn't have any heavy metals in his brain or blood, so, when it's your child, you do everything that you can for him. I'm not going to sit around and saying anyone twisted our arms. We did everything we can. It's our child. It's an extension of who we are. Thank you guys for your Super Chats coming in. You guys are so generous. That's how I always felt. These are my kids. There's a great quote from Chris Rock where he says, he's making fun of dads that go, I'm there for my boy, or I'm there for my kid. And Chris Rock goes, it's your kid you're supposed to be. I think that says it all. This is Chase. I'm supposed to be there for him. He's my son. If I'm not there for him, who the hell is going to be? I think that says it all. And for Rachel, that's how your mom was. And, I think for a lot of fathers out there, I can't speak for them. I've always been a true believer that, fatherhood, I can't speak for motherhood because I've never been a mother. But for fatherhood, it's really an extension of how you were raised and how you wanted to be raised and how you wanted to be treated. So much of what I give to Chase in terms of my love and affection and attention is what I wanted as a child. And I've said that in other vlogs. And I live by that motto. Thank you for these donations. Let's get some shout outs. The Oil Wife Life, thank you so much. You guys, check out the Oil Wife Life's YouTube page. She's doing some fantastic production, incredible topics. I love your videos on addiction and Autism with Tony, and you're also influencing my future vlogs, and it's just a full circle of us on YouTube as we grow and create and build this. My channel may have never been this popular if somebody didn't share this conversation with Dad autism video on Reddit. Until it was shared on Reddit, I had like 2,000 subscribers. So in September, somebody shared that video on Reddit, and on that day, it got, I'm losing track here, it got 300,000 views on that day, and it earned several $100s in YouTube AdSense revenue. And everything took off from then. So suddenly I went from 2,000 subscribers to 5,000 to 10,000 to 20,000, 30,000. So Oil Wife Life, I'm gonna help you build your channel, and you guys check out her YouTube page. Just search YouTube, the Oil Wife Life. Do you live down in Texas? Is that what the Oil Wife Life? I've been wanting to understand what the oil wife thing means. Are you married to somebody that's in the oil industry down there? Oil Wife Life, you write, you've helped us so much, given us so much hope. I don't need to take up any of your time. Just thank you for all the hard work that you do. Thank you. You are very welcome. Making these vlogs is not hard work. I love doing it. Shooting the footage is fun. Thank God Chase and Carmen embrace it and kind of go with the flow and give me kind of creative, just a clean slate. For me, it is an artistic expression, what I'm creating and what I'm doing. And that's only going to grow as I incorporate special effects and music and myself and other people and other topics and other things. I have a lot of other ideas that I'm going to try and include in future vlogs. Thank you, Oil Wife, for your donation. We got another $10 donation super chat from Stephanie Douglas. Thank you, Stephanie. You are so kind. I don't think you asked a question, but so thank you so much for your donation. You guys do super chat donations. You're going to help not only Chase's trust fund, but his future needs, both, in and out of the house and whatever it may be. I don't have specifics on that. Chase is already well taken care of. He's going to need a lifetime of care, perhaps his entire life. So he'll begin receiving state aid in the coming months as he graduates high school, and he may or may not work a part-time, but he can't keep money in his name and get state aid and stuff like that. Let's get some more questions, you guys. Let me scroll down here. I know you guys are firing a lot of questions. I'm going to open up the screen. We're going to get it bigger. Yeah, I got to get Chase a weighted blanket. I know Fathering Autism has one. Chase never had anything like that. Oh yeah, let me show you what I got Chase for Christmas. It's really cool. What was that question? The power of the internet. My son gets into a ball under his blanket. What was the other question I saw up there? Well, Chase is more like a YouTube brother. Kind of calming thing is weighted, so the relaxing. Yeah. What does the weighted blankets do for Fury Fox? I mean, the weighted blankets help calm anyone with autism for the most part. I'm trying to see some more of your questions here. I need to expand the screen. Okay, there we go. That'll help. I wish there's a way for the whole screen to be the super chat. What does the... Okay, I keep seeing the same question. I'm going to show you the Christmas present I got Chase. It's right on my lap. Hey, the person that says this sucks, I have depression, I want you to get out there and exercise as much as you can and see if that helps at all. I'm not an expert in depression, but I've known a lot of people and I've given them a certain amount of I've just seen people lead better lives when they incorporate exercise into their life every day. Rachel Dollywog Hug. This is how I feel too grateful to be part of it. Sherry Humphreys, my got my son old fashioned heavy. Oh, you guys are talking, all right. Rick Styles, you're funny. Thank you for letting us into your son's life. Stephanie Douglas, I can't afford a weighted blanket. Can't afford it. Does Chase suffer from seizures? Chase has never had any seizures. He did some weird things looking out of the corner of his eyes when he was like 2, 3, 4 that we thought was really bizarre. He used to spin a lot, so he would just spin, look out the corner of his eyes, and it was very disturbing, and it just horrible. The seizures, he never had a seizure, thank God. His cousin has epilepsy. She gets the grand mal seizures. It's just horrific. I'm going to put this computer on my lap to see if I can see the chats better. Yeah, that helps. It's better. Do I live in Chicago? Diggity doggity? Well, I live in the suburbs of Chicago. Courtney B., I'm looking at your question. Do you enjoy downhill skiing? I learned to ski when I was 6. So skiing is a huge part of my life. I could do double diamonds, black diamond. I love skiing so much. I've been going out there to Colorado to ski with my brothers for 25 years. It's the greatest. It's the greatest. And I hope to live out there one day. If not, Carmen and I will go move to Palm Springs, California. She does not ski, so maybe I could teach her. Will I do a fan meetup? I don't know. Not right now, no. I don't know what the future will bring. What is it called when Chase speaks like Siri? It's called scripting. Will Chase be in a group home? Fury Fox asks, will Chase be in a group home when he is older, like autistic group home? Also, do you know anywhere I can get a cheap weighted blanket? You could buy weighted blankets. Just search it on Amazon and other places. They're not hard to find. Chase will not be in a group home anytime soon. He'll very likely live with his mother for many years to come. And as he gets more independent, hopefully in his 20s, he'll be able to live locally nearby his mother or by me and learn to take public transportation, have a part-time job maybe. I don't think he will ever drive. I don't think he will ever get married. You know, Chase has surprised us, so you never know. We never thought he would talk either. We were told he would never talk. So here he is talking. So who knows what the future will bring. I keep an open mind. I really, really do. I think most parents with special needs or son or daughter with autism should keep an open mind. I'm just drinking a little dumpy, horrible beer, Michelob Ultra. You know, I'm trying not to drink much, so that's just to satisfy. It does nothing really. Hey, this sucks. Thank you for the $2 donation. You're great. Hey, I love you too. I'm sorry that your YouTube name is This Sucks. If you're having depression, I've never been depressed. I've been very down. I don't know if it was depressed or not. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. All beers are good beers. Hey, Life of Tyke. I'm new to your channel. I enjoyed Chase showing us his music. And the way he enjoys it, he tricks me with his voice at times. Let me talk about that comment. Chase scripts, which means he recites things that he hears and sees on YouTube. Not only does he script, but he prefers to script in whatever the vocal tone is that he's scripting. So if it's an animated thing about Toy Story or Woody, it was a pull-string Toy Story. And when Toy Story was first hit the movie theaters in 1992, it was Pixar's first animated film, and it was a huge success. You know, he will not only try and use that voice, but he'll use the same context and phrasing and enunciation. And that's kind of who Chase is. He has an immediate ability to be able to imitate voices, and he has a natural low voice like I do. But he likes to do characters and stuff. And lately I've been trying to think and tell people that there is more things normal about Chase than there are things abnormal about Chase. What I mean about that is that if you were to say there's 100 things about Chase, I would say 70 of those 100 things are completely normal things, like any 18-year-old boy. He loves 70% of all the same things. It's just that 30% that's different or maybe not age appropriate. Certainly his social ability is very, very young. But he has a part of his personality that it is goofy and funny, and he has multiple types of personalities and different moods. There's days when he's crying and laughing at the same time, and I just look at him like, what is up with you? Like, where is that coming from? Yeah. And hey, naturally, I should rub off on him, right? I'm his dad, and a lot of his personality traits are, I have a lot of those same traits, you know. Megan loves life. You need to sit on this man's lap. Oh, thank you. I need these laughs. Tammy Bradley, hey there from Mesquite, Texas. Wow. Good to see you relax, because raising an autistic child can be exhausting mentally, physically, and emotionally as a parent and grandparent. I hear you. And man, there was a period there where I had one too many margaritas just to deal with things. Let me tell you, after working a full-time job and working all day and coming home to the struggles of those first 6 years. I mean, one of the most overwhelming emotions that you face as a parent those early years is like you get terrified that something's going to happen horribly wrong to your child, not only at that age but as they get older. Like somebody might take advantage of them, molest them, rape them, kidnap them, hurt them, bully them. They can't speak for themselves. All of these thoughts go through your head. And those thoughts still go through my head and Chase's entire family's head. Chase has never had any of those problems. I don't know of even one time where he was bullied. And if people make fun of him in public, he doesn't know. I don't know. I'm not paying any attention to those people. Most people in public are so great to Chase and just great in general. Even young kids, you'd be surprised. Look at Jerry, the interview with Jerry, 10 years old, and he knows a lot about autism. Hey, Tammy Bradley, has anyone sent Chase gummy bears? No. Megan loves life. Peace Frog. Who out there's named Peace Frog? You know that's a Doors song that I sing. You want me to sing it for you guys? I don't think I've been singing much in these live feeds, but I should. There's blood in the streets in the town of New Haven. Blood stained the rooms in the palm trees of Venice. Bloody my love in a terrible summer. Bloody red sun of fantastic LA. That's a song called Peace Frog by the Doors. The lyrics are all about the riots in Chicago and the bloodiest murders in Hollywood in the 60s. There's been many books written about it, and Charles Manson murders and stuff like that. Does Chase still ask to go to Anthony's house even after you already went a couple days ago? Well, I haven't had him since that weekend, so I'm going to pick him up this Friday, a week from yesterday, and if he starts asking for Anthony's house, I won't be the least bit surprised. So typically what we do now is when he asks for Anthony's house constantly, we don't react to it. Okay, the more you react to it, the worse it gets. It's horrible. Thank you, Nick Barb. Thank you, Megan Loves Life. Thank you, Diggity Doggity Doogity Diggity. Hey, Sammy. I love Chase. He's so cute. Thank you, Sammy. Oh, there's Peace Frog from Abilene, Texas. Are you a Doors fan, Peace Frog? What brought you to this channel? Was it my old videos on the Doors? I want to know. Who the heck has Peace Frog as their YouTube name? That's something like I would do. Courtney B, I love that you have such an open mind. Keep staying positive and being optimistic about the future. Thank you, Courtney B. Hey, this is my one life. I'm not going to go through it being a pessimist. I'm going to be an optimist. And then I die, and then I'm dead. Daniel Cozina, my dad died before he died. He said I need to hit 50 subscribers. You help. Wow. Let's get Daniel Cozina to 50 subscribers. Daniel, I'm going to go to your channel right now. Can I click on your name? All right, Daniel, I'm going to copy your name right now, and I'm going to open up a different YouTube page, and I'm going to subscribe to you right now. Here we go. Now, don't everybody ask me to do this. If you send a super chat, I'll subscribe to you. But not necessary. Well, you got 40 subscribers, Daniel Cozina. So now you got 41. I just subscribed. There you go. Nobody's ever done that on the super chat. All right. Rachel Dallywog Hug. Oh, you're talking to Fury Fox. All right, I'll let you guys chat. Tammy Braley. Has any of the fans sent him more gummy bears? We already answered that. I'm on the wrong questions. Christopher, was Chase ever violent when he was younger? Never. Chase was never violent towards anyone. There were times when he hit himself on the head and the wrists. I don't really consider that violent. There were times when he would have a meltdown where he would wail his arms around and he may unintentionally whack someone like his sister or me. And I don't consider that a violent act. It's an involuntary thing. Did Chase cry a lot? I mean, when he was younger, yeah. I mean, he, like anyone, it was very frustrating when you can't communicate what's bothering you and you just start to cry. So that's been part of Chase's life his entire life. And he sometimes does it now when he's very upset about something. Like, how is Chase going to tell someone if his stomach hurts, or if he's sick, or if he's sad, or if anything? Like, how is he going to communicate that? Well, number one, it's just nonverbal. As a parent or a family member, you can just kind of tell. He could write it down, but that's not something that he normally does. And he's not going to verbally come out and say, I'm sad, or I'm mad, or I'm angry, or I'm hurt, or I'm depressed. He doesn't, doesn't happen. Suffice to say, though, that Chase feels all the same human emotions that we do, right? So, hey, I've seen look of fear and dread on his face that I've never seen on anyone's face before. I tried to take him on a wave runner 2 summers ago, and the amount of fear and dread in his face, he had a panic attack, like a meltdown, and I had already paid for the wave runner, and you know, he got on it, and I got on it, and he was trying to be brave enough to do it, and for a moment there I thought he would, and then he just freaked out, And the amount of fear, because I was trying to talk him in. I'm like, come on, Chase, let's do something different. I want to, as a father, I want to teach him. I want to push him to do different things. I want to push him to take risks and chances and explore life, that all that it offers. But he lives in tremendous fear for any moving objects, roller coasters, water rides, anything like that. And the fear on his face, like, oh my God. So I ended it, and I got a refund, and it was all good, you know, and I've never tried anything like that since. You know, he doesn't hurt himself or hit himself. He's never been violent like that. Hey, Fury Fox, has Chase had any severe meltdowns, just like meltdowns lately? He has kind of medium meltdowns lately, but they're much shorter in duration. And it usually doesn't require me to do anything. I don't get too involved. It's not unusual for him to cry a little bit during the day or whimper about something, and I typically have no idea what he's upset about. Honestly, I don't. But I have said this in previous vlogs, that anyone who participates in the same activity for hours on end, it causes your brain to go on overload and kind of skipping a beat like a broken record, and it's just not healthy. And he will sometimes you know, end up crying because he's been stimming on something for too long, whether it's a video or something like that, you know. Fury Fox, we don't have anything like that, but we're working on it. He is under 24-hour supervision his entire life. He only wandered away from the home those just for a couple of years when he was 5 or 6 years old. He's never done it since. He would never leave the home by himself, ever. But I think anyone should have a bracelet on like that. I 100% agree. And Chase's mom and I just haven't done it. Maybe we don't think he needs it, but he's always been very safe environments and very well taken care of. All right, I'm gonna take a little break here and just read some of your questions. My mouth has been flying. We've been going a full hour and a half. I don't think my mouth has stopped once. Oh yeah, his present. Thank you. It's sitting right here next to me. Man, my mouth is like flying. And then when I get that going, like my mouth flying, like I would talk for an hour and a half, I get this overly, it's like this exhausting feeling. I'm sweating. I gotta put on a tank top. So every year for Christmas, trying to buy presents for Chase is difficult for me, because I immediately have backflashes of what he would do in the past on Christmas Day, which is basically opens up a present and he leaves the room. Pays no attention to what he just opened up. Just like leaves. And sometimes he'll come back to that. You know, if it's an animal book or something, sometimes he'll look at it. You know, you got to think of a Christmas environment. You got several people around a tree, and there's noise, and there's people chatting and talking. It's not the most ideal environment for Chase or for a lot of people with autism. They want peace and tranquility and isolation, and just, they don't want a lot of stimulation. So for Chase, you know, opening presents and being a bunch of people in a room and lights and paper and everything, there's a lot of stimulation, as we all know. Too much stimulation is never a good thing for someone with autism. My necklace, go to Whitney Howard Designs online. It's a friend of ours, Whitney Howard. They're a manufacturing designer worldwide, nationwide. You can buy right off their website. So here's what I did for Chase this year. I wanted to get him something that was really personable, really personal. And he's had those headphones on that he has, which work fine. They're great. He's had them for a couple years now. His mom got them for him. It was his mom's idea, and it's just the greatest. And he loves it. It's helped him out tremendously. He's much more calmer in public with those on, and we'll do different things he may not have normally done before without them. So I did some research on Amazon and other places that have other different headphones. And I came upon these. These are electronic headphones that people that shoot guns would wear. They take batteries and they have a volume control on it. So if you turn the volume off, you're just going to have like almost silence. But if you turn the volume on, you can control the noise volume of everything around you. And he could plug in speakers and they could work like headphones. So that's the brand. These were $45, and Chase has never had something like this before in his life. Oh, you had these headphones? Oh, nice. Very cool. This was all my idea. I never talked to his mom about it. I'm going to send these home with him to have at his mom's if he wants them. And I may even buy some for myself because I want to try them out. This ear on this side of my head is 50% gone, the hearing in it, completely gone. And I would love to have something that kind of reminds me when I can hear 100%, like back in the day, before my rock and roll days and being in a band and wearing speaker headphones all the time. So these are really, really cool. I hope he likes them. There you go. Does baby mama, would you ever chase? Hang on. These questions are flying by. Does baby mama know about your YouTube channel? You mean Chase's mom? Absolutely. We're all in this together. She's not participating in videos, but obviously as Chase's mother, she's going to want to make sure anything that's on the internet of her son is kosher. And yeah, these videos wouldn't be on YouTube if they weren't kosher and appropriate. Chase is 18 and a half years old. He's a legal adult. He can have consent of things. He has a legal guardian with his mother. So, if there were ever a time where Chase didn't want to be on these videos, then he wouldn't be. Trust me. But Chase watches the videos a lot lately, he enjoys it, and he enjoys watching himself stim. So he stims on watching himself stim. Let me repeat that. Sometimes I will catch Chase stimming, watching himself stimming. And he's laughing, because he's laughing at himself reciting some Toy Story thing. And it's just, he loves it. It's been a lot of fun. And honestly, as this goes on and he reads these letters he gets from viewers, he reads them and you can see expressions on his face. I 100% am convinced that he understands that he is making a difference on YouTube. I'm 100% convinced. 100% convinced. Did you, Dad, pass Daniel? I don't know what that means. Hey, Von Reeves, what's up? How did you meet Carmen? We met at a bar. That's it. We quickly learned we had the same birthday, which is very cool. We were both separated from our spouses, and the rest is history. She's very caring, very loving, great mother. She has that that gift of a very caring, loving person. Like really, really good values and fun person. Very, very fun. And we just hit it off. She's very high energy. She's a great balance to me. I'm more laid back. She's a little bit more hyper. And I think we're a perfect complement to each other. If we were exactly the same, I don't know. I'm just so surprised and so excited that she is participating in the vlogs. I never could have imagined. Never could have imagined. And trust me, I asked her directly early on. I said, do you mind if I videotape you or whatever it may be? And she's she's very used to being on camera. She's a model, she's an actress, she's a female wrestler back in the day. She still models. She's not acting much more since she moved away from Calabasas, California, in Hollywood. So she takes incredible care of herself, and that was a huge thing for me because, you know, I want to be with a healthy, happy person, and she is exactly that person for me. Do you think Chase will ever be able to make out full, complete sentences? He already does. You won't hear it too often, but he will say 2 or 3 words together. He doesn't do it like you and I normally would. So if he left something in the car, instead of saying, hey Dad, I left a bag in the car, he would say, car, bag, my bag. So I mean, the way he formulates communication is way different than you and I would. I can't speak for others with autism, but you know, when Chase has an extreme emotion, he will speak. If he's very happy or very sad, hey, Chase used a talker device ever? He never did. We looked into those devices and stuff, and you know, that would be age like 7, 8. As we were getting more and more into that, he began to use functional language. There is a huge part of us that didn't necessarily want to buy him a talking device because we wanted him to learn to speak. And yeah, we forced ABA therapy upon him. We did. We're very proud of that because we have given him a foundation to build upon. And I do believe in his 20s he will be plenty verbal and very expressive if there's something that he wants, needs, or desires. He will say it, he will speak it out loud. And he never would have been able to do that without ABA therapy. I'm 100% convinced. Have you tried the reindeer antlers? We never bought them. Megan, you are making my night. What's the hardest thing for you? Is that question for me? What's the hardest thing for me? Hey, I mean, not living with Chase full time is always sucked. Divorce sucks. Shared custody sucks. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Working full time is very exhausting. Does Chase do any schooling? He's a senior in high school. He does all the basic things you would do in a senior in high school. Math, science, civics, social studies, biology, reading, writing, you name it. Chase got diagnosed at 18 months, Cindy. He was a perfect example of regressive autism. He just really, really regressed. If there were Tina McShelly, I started watching you from poker vlogs a while back. It's so great to see what your channel has grown to. Thank you. I'm very proud of it as well. I love making my poker vlogs too. They're a lot of fun. But like anything else, when you feel like you're not growing an audience, it becomes like, I spent so much time on those poker vlogs only to get like 200, 300, 400 views. And most of them be like dislikes. Everyone disliked my poker vlogs. I don't know why. They think I'm a horrible player. I don't know. They didn't like what I have to say. I don't know. But I love doing them. Sadly, one of the biggest things people troll is autism. Stop being gross. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Is it trolling, Megan? I'm guessing you came from Ice Poseidon's channel with the other ones who came. I love Chase Kimmock 7. Thank you. Tina, it's Athena Michelle. How about that? Did I pronounce it right? Tina Michelle. There's no I at the end. Adam Owen, okay, this may be a little deep, but I watch another channel with a boy called Weston Wyatt. His father's convinced it's a result of vaccine. What's your opinion on this? All right, we'll talk vaccines, but not for more than 1 or 2 minutes because it's just an awful topic. All right, I'm an expert in vaccines. Okay, if you want to email me and have a conversation about it, I'm at kimmock@comcast.net. Here's vaccines. There's two things. Vaccines, the benefits of vaccines far outweigh any documented historical proof and evidence that they harm more people than they help more people. There are people that have adverse reactions to vaccines, allergic reactions to vaccines, that are then later diagnosed with autism. However, if you take 1,000 kids that have all been vaccinated, like me and like Chase's sister and hundreds of other people right here in my neighborhood, none of them have autism. None of them. Okay? So let me repeat that. There are people that have adverse reactions to vaccines all day long, of all ages. Some of them are seizures. Some of them are permanently disabled because of vaccines, allergic reactions, not just autisms, but all kinds of other allergic reactions, including death. With that said, the CDC, the Institute of Health, they have a program where you can get compensated for that. And we actually filed for that for Chase. But in the end, the benefits of vaccines in this country, I'm just speaking for the United States, far outweigh any historical, documented, scientific evidence of harm. It's very sad to know that some people have allergic reactions. I myself do not get vaccinated. Chase has not been vaccinated since he's like 2. I myself believe in all natural, this, and that. So in the end, my answer to your question is, I do not watch that gentleman's channel. I don't really care what he says either way, because until there is scientific proof, I mean proof, that something causes autism, until that day, then we don't know what causes autism. Okay, we don't know. It may not be vaccines. It may not be lead. It may not be the environment. It may be a mutation of the gene within the womb in a certain trimester of pregnancy. It may be genetics and hereditary. But until we know, we don't know. There's my answer, all right? Who's trolling this chat? Thank you, David Wood. Thank you so much for putting yourselves out there. I think people need to watch and learn from you guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. You need more mods in here, Kamak? All right. Did you ever get upset when you found out Chase was diagnosed with autism? Yes, I got very upset. Do I still get upset? No. I'm long past that. There are pot that don't vaccinate due to religion, unavailability of them, or what have you. Most of them are children with autism. Try pray put. Chad, don't let anyone mess with Chase's brain. He's fine just the way he is. I agree 100%. There is people from Ice Poseidon's channel coming in. Interesting. How does Chase feel about Trump? Pellywick, try saying Pellywick. This is a good question, Peace Frog. What makes you happy in life, Chad? Music, exercise, my job, parenting, my relationships. YouTube makes me happy. All my hobbies make me happy. The whole list of them. I'm very fortunate to be healthy and happy on many levels. I hope I answered your question. So. I don't know who your trolls you're talking about. Fury Fox. This is a good question, Peace Frog. What does make Courtney B. Have you been one of the healthiest attitudes I've seen anywhere? Well, thank you. Princess Cakes. I'm going to read your question here, Princess Cakes. I'm going to pause it here. See if I get your question in front of me. Hi, my name is Montana. I'm from... Hang on. I'm going to get in front of me here. I'm from Kentucky. Princess Cakes Gaming. Hi, my name is Montana. I'm from Kentucky. I recently seen a video on Facebook of Chase doing multiplication. That brought me to your channel. I enjoy your videos. Chase going on. Yeah, Chase, he can read and write and do math at the level of an 18-year-old. Why are you letting these trolls in? I don't know. Maybe I need to learn how to block trolls. Did you answer my question? Thank you. Hey, Sick Lester. Does Chase play video games? Yes, he plays Mario Kart. Does Chase ever get upset with schooling? Is he homeschooled? He's never been homeschooled except for his ABA therapy, which is not homeschool. And he's always enjoyed school. There are days when he gets upset at school, and not nowadays, but yeah, he's had some horrible meltdowns at school, terrible stuff. His mom will be able to elaborate that on that someday a little more. I mean, just imagine not being able to communicate in a classroom when you're feeling horrible. And does anyone have a Nintendo Switch? Okay, you guys want my 2 cents on trolls? If you give them attention, then you're feeding their frenzy. So why would you ever give a troll any attention? Do you know what I do when people comment on YouTube and call Chase a retard? I do nothing. Why would you give anyone attention? Don't give any troll any attention ever. Just block them, ignore them. I mean, why would you give them any attention? Anyone saying any negative? Just my 2 cents. Does Chase ever get upset? Okay, I already answered that. Isabel asks, does Chase get a therapy animal or think about it? We never did. He's always had a dog in his house. He had a beagle in his house for like a decade, 2 different beagles. And now he's got a corgi that he lives with and kind of a shepherd mixed dog. Chase has a sister who's 19 and a half. Chase doesn't need any therapy dog. He doesn't really pay attention to dogs as well. He doesn't pet dogs. He doesn't want to play with dogs. It's never been something that he's really been into. So, how did Chase go on his first day of school? That was a long time ago. I don't really have an answer for you on that one. Hey, Ontario, Canada, Lord Gamer, how are you? Does Chase like music? He likes Willie Nelson. He likes Dean Martin. He likes the old like classical crooners, but rock and roll not necessarily. He does like the Grateful Dead. He will tolerate Fish and Grateful Dead in the car with me. Hey, Megan Loves Life. I also respect Carmen. I'd love you to have her on a live stream one day. Yeah, we already did a live stream with Carmen, so it's on YouTube. We did it last weekend. Yeah, he loves Dean Martin. Have you ever come across a teacher or class aide as a better attitude? Was that your question? Chase's teachers have been incredible. I mean, absolutely incredible. Have you ever come across a teacher or class aide that had a bitter attitude? Oh, a bitter attitude. Wow. Let me think of an answer for that. Hmm. No, I have not. I have nothing but 100% positive experiences and positive attitude, positive reactions to all of Chase's aides, therapists, you name it. They're incredible. They're all very well trained, very well educated. Chase brings out the best in people, just like you guys. Chase brings out, he puts a smile on a lot of people's face, including mine. I'm very, very, very lucky. I'm very, very lucky. People come around and say, wow, you're burdened with a child with autism. No, I don't think like that. Never. Well, not never. I mean, the early 5-6 years, trust me, I had every emotion in the books, but Chase is going to be fine. He's a very gifted young boy. There are many, hey, you know, the kid's very happy. He's a very, very happy boy. Have you ever come across a teacher class A? We already read that. What are you guys unsubscribing to? I don't understand. Does Chase do echolalia? Yeah, he's been doing it his entire life. What would be the perfect Christmas present for Chase? I've been telling everyone the same thing. Lately, for him, it's all about drawing. Everything, crayons, color. He likes to color in things lately. And I'm going to tell you something really strange. He likes to, like, I don't even know how to explain it. He enjoys the process of having a fresh set of crayons and then using up those crayons and making a mess with them and breaking them up and smelling them and then putting them all in the garbage. And then whatever the next day, kind of starting over with a nice new fresh set of crayons and a nice fresh set of something he could draw on. At the end of that day, all that stuff's gone. It's like in the garbage. So he likes to kind of start over. You know, every day is like this new thing he wants to do. Yeah, he just loves to draw. Hey, Mario Fred, hello from Chicago. My sister loves you guys. Thank you. He's not drunk. It's just hard to see every comment he goes through the chat. Does he like the smell of newspaper? Well, Chase smells everything. So, what he likes and dislikes certain smells. People are very judgy over a beer. Did Chase ever play with girl toys, My Little Pony? No. He's always played with age inappropriate toys, but he's never played with any girly toys or girly dress up or anything like that. Chase is very masculine. Hey, Nebraska, Spencer Oaks. Hey, Granny Goose. I liked Chase as soon as I saw the first video, but when I saw his artwork, I had to subscribe to this amazing man. Thank you, Granny Goose. One of the things we're going to do with the Patreon account, which I worked on last night some more, I keep revising and revising. I haven't made it public yet, is for a monthly Patreon membership, I will make a photocopy of one of Chase's drawings, and I will mail it to you. Yeah, so that's one of the ideas that I have. Peace Frog says selling his art. You know, there's a million different things I could do. Keep in mind, Chase's art is Chase's art. Number one. It's him. He owns it. He takes it with him. It's with him everywhere. He doesn't hand out his stuff. I've asked him a few times lately just to leave like one piece. He takes it. I'm not going to forcibly take his stuff. Now, could I make like 100 copies of something and have him sign it? Yeah, I think we could do that. A poker game with donors? King Purcell, you're funny. But what I would like to do, because I have one right here. So, maybe there's a time in the future where we could, this is an original. This is the only copy of this. I own this copy. I purchased it at a special needs, like Special Olympics auction fundraiser for Easter seals or Special Olympics. So I donated $50 to them so I could own one of my son's paintings. Yeah. So, there will be more to come in the future, but it's a whole other topic and a whole other thing. I'm way too busy right now with the vlogs. Plus, his major artworks he does at his mom's house, and those stay there. And she's got some framed stuff of his, and yeah. But what I want to do is I want to set up a separate website where you can purchase prints of his artwork, and those monies just go directly to his trust fund or his mother, something like that. I don't know. There's so many different things I could do. Has Chase ever ran away? Great question, cool cat. So go on my KimMach7 account and search Nightmare Stories KimMach7 Autism, and you'll hear me talk about the 2 stories when Chase ran away. And on Fathering Autism, he does a video on this topic, and it's called Eloping. Eloping means your kid ran away. One of the most horrible things, the true realities of raising a child with autism is during the younger years, they have a tendency to wander away towards water and unsafe things. And in a split second, your child could be gone. So for Chase, he, one time when he was about 5 or 6, he disappeared from the house. We had no idea where he was for about 25 minutes. I mean, no idea where he was. And we were running around screaming and crying and terrified. Turns out he wandered about a little less than a quarter of a mile away down to a pond where there's a playground we took him to, and he was throwing rocks in the pond. But he was knelt down, like behind bushes, you couldn't see him. So right as kind of like we were getting the police there, we found him. The second incident is he wandered out of our house one day and wandered into a neighbor's house. And that neighbor is a Vietnam veteran who lives alone, who has post-traumatic stress disorder, and he pulled a gun on Chase. And luckily he didn't fire, and he called the Department of Child and Family Services on us, and he was furious. He blamed it on us. Even though he knew our son had autism, he didn't care. He was furious with us that we prohibited him to wander off. So absolutely terrifying. So yeah, you have to, if you have a child with autism, you have to rig your house with alarms, cameras, locks, hooks, you name it. And we did all that once we found out Chase was doing this. But here's the bright side of it. He grew out of it just like that. Once he hit age 7 or 8, he never did it again. Never, not even once. Yeah, that Ryan Lee, this veteran I'm talking about, was a sniper in the Vietnam War. And he more than once told me that he logged 179 kills. And I have great compassion for him because this guy was absolutely nuts. And for every reason so, He had post-traumatic stress disorder. And who wouldn't if you took the lives of 179 Vietnamese? I gotta relocate the phone here because my battery's nearing the dead zone. So what I do with the live YouTube feeds is I run it out of my iPhone, and then I have no compassion. I don't know what you said there. I have no compassion for those who tried to kill boy. Now, Ryan, you're misinterpreting it. So what Chase, he wandered into this guy's house. The guy lives alone. The guy's upstairs, and he hears somebody in his kitchen making a bunch of noise. He thinks somebody's being robbed. So he's an intruder in his house. And He's already got post-traumatic stress disorder. So he wanders down the stairs with a gun. And then he sees this little neighbor boy in his kitchen. That's what happened. Yeah. Chase was too young, Chase didn't even know what was going on. He didn't know that a guy pulled a gun on him. He's oblivious. I don't know what Chase did. I wasn't there. Oh, it was terrifying, let me tell you. There's other stories about that neighbor. I had to have him arrested one time, and I won't get into the reason why. But, hey, if you ever know anyone that's served in Vietnam, living hell. Living hell. I didn't know how Carmen was a glow girl. I just saw the new... Yeah. Yep, she's a glow girl. And she's stayed physically fit all these years later. Those videos, she was like 18, 19 years old when she did that. When you see me looking over here, I'm looking at your questions. Yeah, Chase likes seeing his artwork on the YouTube stuff. Absolutely. He loves it. He laughs. Thank you, Aaron Hell. Bonjour. Glitter Puke. Just because he drink doesn't mean he's an alcoholic. I'm from Texas. I would still go. Favorite band. Hail from Indonesia. I just love your videos. Thank you, Vasia Fashuri. Thank you so much. Hello, Indonesia. Have you tried to put Chase in any sort of art school? Great question. Well, he had an art therapist for a while. We have not put him in any art school. One of the ideas we're tossing around is to try and teach him how to become a digital artist. So he gets a pad and he learns how to become a digital artist. If you could master that, the opportunities for him are endless. Hey, Aaron Hall, I'll shout you out. Hey, Clover Girl. Hey, Jess B. Is Chase picky on what he wears and eats? He's very picky what he eats. He doesn't care what he wears. He's never been picky on clothing. Very picky with what he eats. He eats chicken. You're welcome, Peace Frog. Peace Frog from Abilene, Texas, right? There's a Grateful Dead song that goes, down the town in Abilene. My son did the same thing, wandered into the underwear Crocs. Hey, Fresno, California. Does Chase ask about his sister and where she is or mention her name? Great question. He doesn't to me. He seems to know that she's away at college. And I don't have any evidence that her vacancy has affected him positively or negatively in any way. I have no evidence. He's just the same person. He absolutely loves his sister and she absolutely adores him. And you guys should be aware that I invited his sister to be a part of this vlog, but she is out tonight with her boyfriend, so she apologizes for not participating, and there'll be more to come on that. What'd you say about Michelob Ultra Fancy? Like the Busch Light, though. Well, the only reason I got the Michelob Ultra is because I took a long walk. You'll see my vlog I put up tomorrow. It's great. You guys are going to love it. So I just did a bunch of exercise today. So I didn't want to carry something heavy back from the liquor store. So I just got like a little 6-pack of Michelob Ultra. Stuff's like drinking water. What's Chase up to now? He's with his mama. Has her boyfriend met Chase before? Thank you, Ryan Lee, for joining in on this. It's been a pleasure getting to know you. All my siblings are moved away. My brother is stationed in Paris. Does Chase graduate? It's really low alcohol content and low calories, that's for sure. I'm going to go back up to these questions. Michael Rains, the thing about doing digital art is that it doesn't feel the same. Yeah, I bet. It's less wasteful and correctful mistakes can't be easier. Feels less personal to the artist. Chase may not like it. Great, Michael Rains. I love what you wrote right there. Yeah, he's never tried it. So we're going to try and introduce it to him and see what he does. There's certain things that he does on an iPad, but I hear what you're saying because I'm an artist too. I just draw on like black chalk and colored pencil, stuff like that. I couldn't imagine doing it on a computer. Glitter puke, you don't have to worry about me. Haters and trolls don't even affect me whatsoever. It's virtually impossible. Does Chase understand what the word autism means and that he has it? God, I answered that question before, and my answer was like it never ended because it's such an in-depth, personal answer that I gave. And the theme of my answer was that Chase has never been neurotypical. He's never been normal like you and I. Chase only knows what he knows. And Chase knows his entire life that he is who he is. The word autism is just a word that he's familiar with his entire life. Nobody's going around saying, hey, Chase, you're autistic. Does he know the YouTube channel is This Is Autism series? He knows that. But he also knows his name is Chase. Do I think he walks around thinking he's a special needs person? No. Do I think he walks around thinking he has a disability? No, not at all. I think Chase is a lucky-go, happy, jovial, many respects normal 18-year-old boy who doesn't have a lot of friends and doesn't have a huge social outlet. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Who is your wife? Her name is Carmen. How does Chase understand what the word autism means and that he has it? I always wonder what he thinks when you're talking about him in front of him. I wonder the same thing. Thank you, Alex Burks. Did Chase ever have an imaginary friend? Does he still? Art is a great express. I don't know if Chase, any evidence of having an imaginary friend. Shannon, I love how you are so involved with Chase, how you did much research on autism and tips and get parents more involved in helping with my anxiety. I don't feel like, hang on, I'm going to reread that question. Shannon, you're putting some great questions out there. Well, I can't speak for your parents, Shannon. Anxiety is a tough one, you know. My take on anxiety, you know, part of it is that the more risks you take, the more times you just jump in and do things, the less those experiences will cause you to anxiety. For instance, public speaking. Right before I went live with this YouTube feed tonight, I had like a tiny speck of 2 seconds of, not anxiety, but like uncertainty, because I always want things to go well. But the more I do it, the less anxiety I ever have. So I believe in jumping in and doing things. Take chances, push yourself, try different things. Don't be afraid to try different things. Don't be afraid to fail. That's a huge mantra in my entire life. Don't be afraid to fail. Success and happiness in all aspects of life comes through trial and error. Your parents, you know, I don't know. Knowledge is power in everything that we do. Thank you, Shannon. I thought the new vlogs were great. Even just watching you and Carmen floor shop at Home Depot was oddly entertaining. Thank you. Please keep up the vlogs. Love seeing Chase. Shannon, I got another good vlog that'll go live tomorrow. You'll like it. Chase is not in it except at the very end, but you'll like it. Yeah, fall stands for the first attempt to trying. Exactly, Aspie. Well said. Aspie Jordan, you're the man. Or the girl, the woman. I don't know. I think it's a boy. Aspie Jordan, do you have Asperger's syndrome? Is that what that means? Obviously. Hey, Aspie Jordan, I've had like 3 or 4 instances of conversations with people with Asperger's, and my best one was I got to have dinner with a boy who was about 10 years old with Asperger's syndrome, and I'll never forget it for the rest of my life. This kid was so friggin' brilliant, and his knowledge of the New York Yankees was unlike anything I've ever seen. For 2 hours at dinner, he talked about New York Yankees facts, stats, statistics, everything you could ever imagine. And I was just sitting there floored. And when I had that lunch, he was 10, Chase was about 5 at that time, and I kept thinking to myself, like, wow, Asperger's and autism are vastly different. Like, Chase doesn't speak at all. And this boy is just, wow. I was absolutely floored. Incredible. Chase's IQ, I mean, his IQ is going to come in extremely low. It depends what kind of IQ test you give him, you know. He's no wizard at math. He's not. Spelling, he's a wizard. So there you go. He can spell, like, you name it, he could probably spell it. Every word in this chat tonight, he could spell. Math, not a strong point. Maybe he gets that from me. I don't think math is my strong point. Chase is extremely creative. When Chase has a meltdown, what does he do? He cries. He gets this look of dread over his face. He used to run. He runs rapidly around the room like he'll pace. His face will get red. You know, it looks like he's having a panic attack. Adam Owen, if I'm right, they don't diagnose Asperger's anymore. They just classify it as autism is a massive spectrum. Does Chase mind when you film him? Chase doesn't mind. I love hanging out with my son with autism. Thanks for sharing this. Thank you, Don and Grant. You're welcome. Miranda Marie, I love Chase smile, very contagious. Thank you, Miranda. Krusishuk, aw. HDG Gaming, what is the happiest you have ever seen Chase? Wow, what a question. What is the happiest I've ever seen Chase? I do have an answer to that. I would say the last 3 years of his life were the happiest years of his life. I truly believe his brain is still growing, keep in mind. Our brains grow till we're like 24. So I feel as if he himself has truly taught himself on multiple levels how to cope with his environments, at school, at home, in public. And because he has, I see him as much calmer than ever than I have in his life. He's always been pretty happy, but calm I would not say would be one of his traits. But the last 3 years, he is the more calm and cool and collected I have ever seen him. There's my answer. Did you hear that another mother who vlogs her life with autistic son a few months ago really sad he had another medical through? Isabel, I don't know. Thank you, Cat C. A Day in the Life of Jeff. Hey, Kimok, what's up? Oh, A Day in the Life of Jeff, yes. Thank you for tuning in. Wow. I have big YouTubers tuning into my chat. I'm flattered. Does Chase have a goal to reach? He wants to start? I have no idea. Isabel. Shannon, Robbie and me is what Isabel's talking about. Oh, yeah. Robbie died from a seizure. I'm not too familiar with all that. I've seen little bits and pieces. You want a 2-minute video of me tickling Chase? Done. I will do it. Trust me, Chase will let me tickle him for 3 hours if I let him. What is Chase's favorite movie? Gosh, I'd have to say Toy Story because it's all he's talked about lately. He used to love the, what was it called? SpongeBob SquarePants stuff, those movies and stuff. There was a period where he was really into that. Baby Einstein has always been huge for him. All the Baby Einstein videos on YouTube, it's almost as if they were unintentionally made for people with autism. Chase just be glued to those for hours, pausing them, drawing the scenes, memorizing. He memorized the entire episode in French, and just, I could talk for hours about him and Baby Einstein. Don and Grant, yeah, you know what I mean then. Clover Girl, I watch all the Toy Story stuff. Linda Lee, does he non-animated movies, shows? Chase does not watch non-animated movies and shows. Zaboomafoo, that's got a lot of, it's not animated. He loves that. Did you and Chase's mom ever put Chase through music therapy? No, we did not. Thank you for tuning in, Adam. Yeah, the new vlog will be up tomorrow. Cool Cat, when Chase is confused, does he act in a certain way? Does his mood change? When he's confused? Yeah, he gets upset. When Chase is uncertain about something, just like you and I would be, you could see the anxiety in his eyes. If he doesn't understand where he's going or something, the great thing is, because he understands, autism is not a disorder of comprehending things. He comprehends almost everything that most people would do. Not what's going on in the world, but I'm saying what's going on around him. So if you say to him, we're doing this, X, Y, and Z. If I went up to him tomorrow and I said, hey, Chase, and I had a calendar in my hand, I said, next week, we're going to go to Colorado. We're going to get on a plane. We're going to rent a car. We're going to drive to your Uncle Todd's house. We're going to stay at his house for a few days, et cetera, et cetera. Then we're going to go to this place or this. He would understand all that. He would look at you and he'd be like kind of puzzled. He may just like run out of the room. Typically when I explain something to him, I will then repeat it to him several times, kind of write it down for him, stuff like that. He understands way more than he'd ever get credit for. Trail Official, I love your videos. I can't wait for a new one. Thank you. Was it Frail? Thank you so much. Keep those notifications on. What is Chase's favorite things to draw? Farm animals. The other day he drew a spider right in front of me. It's on the vlog. He just spontaneously draws things. He's been drawing a lot of pigs lately. I don't know why. Lots of pigs. I don't get it. Frusco, I have really bad anxiety. It sucks every second of my life. Well, how old are you, Frusco? Drawing is a good strategy. Tell me how hard you are, Frusco. Does Chase have any fears? Yeah, he has fears of moving objects if he's in them. Roller coasters, water rides. He's not really interested in dinosaurs. That's not a really big thing for him. Yeah, Carmen's laugh is unbelievable. Chase's favorite thing to do? I would say just has some peace and tranquility, where he has just time to himself to relax. There's no pressure at school, no pressure from his mom or his dad or his sister, where he just has time to himself to do what he likes to do. Play on his computer, play on his iPad, do some drawings, have some snacks, some drinks in front of him where he can just relax. And that, a lot of people are like that, just like downtime. Those are his favorite things to do. And go to the playground. Does Chase have any brothers on his mother's side? Chase has one sibling. It's his sister. Can Chase ride the school bus? Chase goes in a little school bus every day. They pick him up. He always has been like that. Does Chase have a bedtime? Great question. We've always kind of let Chase go to bed when he wants, unless it gets crazy, like staying up till 11 or 10. But he always kind of just, he goes to lay down between 9, 10, 11 o'clock. Really stay up past 11. He gets tired and he just goes to sleep. He likes just go cover himself up with the blankets. There's just no stimulation, you know. It's quiet, peaceful. Keep in mind, with every aspect of autism, the less stimulation, the more at peace and calm that they are. You know, the evenings he's calmer, generally speaking, in the evenings than he would in the daytime. Hey EFC, you just tuned in. What's the vlog channel all about? Well, Kimok 7 is dedicated to autism awareness, and it features my son Chase, who has autism. He is 18 and a half years old. He was diagnosed at 18 months. He is the byproduct of extensive ABA therapy for a good decade. And Chase now has functional language, that he uses verbal functional language when he wants something, or he needs something, or he's reacting to something. He may say 1 or 2 words. He beat all odds, and he proved all the experts wrong. He now speaks. That's what this channel is about. It's about giving people hope and giving people perspective, and showing Chase in his daily, not his daily life, but activities with me, his father. What is your favorite type of food to eat? You mean my food? I like Mexican food. My YouTube channel has been around since 2008, and it's been solely dedicated to autism awareness since September, when a video went viral of mine around the world and on Facebook. It got 70 million views. What language does Chase speak? He speaks English, and then he knows basic French and basic Spanish. When I say basic, he can name and correctly spell most animals and a lot of objects in French and Spanish. Thank you, Ryan Lee. Thank you for tuning in. The viral video, it's called Conversations with Dad. 16-year-old Conversations with Dad. Just search Kimok 7 Conversations with Dad. Autism, boy with autism, Conversations with Dad. Did you ever wake up in the middle of the night, 3 or 4 in the morning, and find that Chase is randomly up and doing something like drawing? Great question. I love your questions, you guys. It's great. Not at 3 or 4 in the morning, but at 5:30 in the morning, yes. Chase will sometimes get up very early, sometimes prior to sunrise, and he will just start playing on his computer. He loves to, move his body around and kind of run around. Get himself some Jinx, some ginger ale. He'll kind of bounce in and out of his room. Chase doesn't seem to ever pay much attention to time, and so when he gets up, he gets up. Hey, welcome back, Jurek. Can you believe I'm still going? We've been going for 2.5 hours. Did you do a video chat on his care? Did you do a video on his care? You're going to have to re-ask that question, because you have to elaborate on what you mean of his care. A lot of my videos I've spoken about his self-care and his schooling. Thank you, Jody, for getting your 16-year-old hooked. She's going to become an expert, at least on Chase's version of autism. Thank you guys for tuning in. 34-year-old with autism, highs and lows. He enjoys life and has got to be a big positive for autism. It's great. Where's Chase? He's with his mama. He'll be back with me next weekend. Alberta, Canada. Very cool. You're a trooper. My phone died, and I did not think you'd be here and came back. Hey, I mean, I wouldn't do this if I wasn't enjoying it. If I wasn't doing this, I'd just be playing poker online, or I'd be editing videos. I don't have Comcast. I don't watch TV. I haven't for 5 years. I just have the fastest Wi-Fi you could ever imagine. I do webcast a lot of concerts, and I love doing that. I webcast Dead and Company with John Mayer like 3 nights in a row. Just blew me away. Absolutely blew me away. Do you ever get Chase extra days like his mom is busy and needs you to take him for a few days? Not a lot of times. We live about an hour away, 60 miles apart. I'm trying to help out more. I had Netflix for a little bit just to watch Atypical, so I watched all of Atypical and then I canceled my Netflix. So I'm going to watch the Good Doctor and then I'm going to cancel that too. I can watch the Good Doctor on YouTube for like $14 an episode. So I'm waiting for the price to come down. I'm in no hurry to watch it. Yeah, I mean, I don't need Comcast. I don't miss any of that. Okay, I do miss one thing. I miss HBO. I loved watching Homeland and Breaking Bad. I was really into that. I loved watching Nurse Jackie for a while. Yeah, that's it. Why does Chase use headphones? Why does he always touch his head? What's up, S. Jurek? Chase wears headphones to control the environment and stimulation in his ears. He gets oversensitized by loud things and objects and noises. People with autism get overstimulated and stuff. So, you know, a lot of what you see Chase doing in this, that's control his environment. He's getting overstimulated. Most people with autism have this. This is what their life is like. Everything around them is overstimulating. There's supernatural senses going on. So their smell and their sight and their hearing and their taste and the pressure on their body is oversensitized. It's working too much, okay? So what Chase hears is different than what you and I hear. How his brain interprets sound is different than you and I. I'm only yelling because I get excited to answer some of these questions. So if he can wear those headphones, you can be more at peace and tranquility throughout his so even sometimes you're wearing them will go like this because he's still getting overstimulated. Garrick Strum, Chase is very smart, it's cool. Where did your question go? It disappeared. What is stimming? Well, it's repetitive behavior. It's staring at something or doing something repetitively for hours on end, like repeating a movie phrase. Hey, Garrick Strum, I'm reading your question. Chase is very smart. It's so cool to see how he views the world in his way and cool way. These videos make me so happy. Chase has a bright future. Thank you so much. Hey, Michael Paulgan. You asked what scripting is. Well, people with autism love repetition, and they stim and they script. And they get stuck doing the same behavior, and it's tough for them to transition from that. Chase's brain is so powerful that when he hears 5 minutes of credits on a Toy Story movie, those credits are repeating themselves in his brain, and he will repeat those credits. When he repeats those credits, that is often referred to as scripting or echoalia or echoing. It is also a form of stimming, and stimming can be defined or interpreted as participating in repetitive behavior, you know. Like if I do a 36-hour vlog, I would be stimming. Don and Grant, my son and father and I have been divorced since he was 5. Let me read this. My son's father and I have been divorced since he was 5. That's about when Chase's mom and I divorced. He has a really hard time accepting his autism. Have you always been accepting of your son's autism? Wow. Well, Your ex is the direct opposite of me. And I can't tell you how or why that is. I've often said that the way I treat Chase is how I want to be treated when I was his age, when I was a teenager, when I was a toddler. I'm very caring and very compassionate. Typically, I educate myself thoroughly on something if I know I need to. The idea that your ex has not been always accepting is simply a form of ignorance and a form of lack of education. And he just needs to jump in and educate himself and embrace it. There's nothing to be embarrassed about or disappointed about. Your child is as incredible, as awesome as any child out there. They're just different. They interpret their environment very differently. And there are ways to connect with your child, and you have to learn ways to do that. So when I hear these stories of the father not accepting the autism, it's typically the root of it is they don't know how to relate. They don't know how to connect with that child. And I think part of a typical success on Netflix is the father in there was like that, where he didn't accept it and he struggled with that, and it caused some friction in the marriage, and that's often why these marriages don't last. That was not the case with my marriage, by the way. It had nothing to do with it. I've also answered this question that I had a few experiences with mental illness before Chase was diagnosed. My best friend throughout my high school years was diagnosed paranoid schizophrenic. So I literally had, there was a good year and a half there, I had tons of interactions with a paranoid schizophrenic. He was my best friend. We wrote music together. We created music together. We made videos together and home movies. We hung out together. We partied together. We went to concerts together. And I saw him, disappear into that world of schizophrenia and get on the medications. And I think that may have prepared me for, it was that, and then it was the combination of, I was raised, my neighbor had permanent brain damage from a car accident. And I grew up with that boy who was a huge big boy, huge big kid, just 4 years younger than me, but he was stuck permanently the rest of his life, and still is at about age 5, emotionally and socially. So I grew up with him, and I still, had interactions with him my entire life. So those two experiences may have prepared me for coping and relating to a person with autism, being my son. So getting back to your question of your ex, or a lot of fathers out there, they have no reference points. This is their first experience in their entire life with a mental disability, if you will, or intellectual disability. ID. I recently learned that from somebody on YouTube. They said ID. I said, what's that? Intellectual disability. Yeah, there's my feedback on that question. Yes, I've always been accepting of Chase's autism. 100%. Hey, I lived the life. I lived the regression. I lived seeing how he behaved. I watched him spin in circles every single day for years. Chase never taken an IQ test. I don't know. It's a valid question. I read a story about a schizo who killed his parents because his dog told him so. Right, it makes sense. I mean, schizophrenia, there's constant hallucinations. There's constant voices speaking in their head. So There's going to be incidences like that. The brain is extremely powerful. It's extremely powerful. Hey, Michael Bullion. Thank you for chiming in. I appreciate you sharing that with us. Hey, scripting is echoing. It's repeating. You know, if you watch Rain Man or like the first introduction of that, he's repeating things in the movie. That's scripting. Thank you, King Purcell, for tuning in. Are you a full-time YouTuber? Not by any means. This is just a hobby. Thank you, Frail Official. I'm proud of you and your courage, too. Glad he helps you. Thank you, Jess B. Thank you, Beatboxer. We're going to wrap this up at 10 o'clock, so we got about 20 more minutes. Had a lot of fun with you guys tonight. There's been some great questions. How do you get on Ellen? How do we get you on Ellen? I don't know. Keep writing her. I know people have sent the viral video to Ellen. Several people have on Twitter, because she follows her Twitter account. And yeah, but I mean, I'm telling you the truth. I don't know. Let's say she wants us to come on. What am I going to do? Fly Chase out there? Force all these things upon him? Force him into, like, he's already on like everyone's Facebook feed for 2 weeks back in September. What does Chase love to do? I suffer from depression. I hope you guys. Does Chase shave his own face? No, he does not, but we will be teaching him to. He's just starting to grow stuff there. Does baby mama like Carmen? Yes. You didn't get a read mine. Frusco, what was your age? I know you said that you have a bad anxiety. You go to Ellen and FaceTime Chase. Hey, that's a great idea. I'll go on Ellen. I'll dress up as David Duchovny. Chase's middle name? I ain't giving that out. I'll give you the initial. It's B. Have you gained a lot of followers since the viral video? Oh, just 35,000 subscribers. Hey, following fan, welcome. Glad you can make it. Carmen and I watched your videos. Chase is with his mama. Yeah, just 35,000 subscribers. I love listening when Chase repeats animal facts. I love the voice-sounding voice when he does. Makes me smile from ear to ear. You're not alone. I love it too. Have you and Carmen ever went on another country together? Not yet, but we're gonna. We got big plans. Thank you for spending the night with us. You're welcome, Courtney. Thank you, Ostrich, favorite YouTuber. This is very kind of you. Dennis Buckler, hello. Hello to you, Dennis. Stephanie Douglas, what's up? Oh, so Fusco's 18 years old. Okay. I'll say what I can here to Fusco, who's 18 and suffers from anxiety. There's many different forms of anxiety. There's social anxiety. There's chemical imbalance anxieties. There's inherited anxieties. We all have anxiety. Some of us have different levels of anxiety. I've had 2 panic attacks in my life where I ended up in the emergency room. They're both driven by my profession of pressure at a horrible radio station I used to work at. Just the worst place you'd ever want to be. Put me in the ER twice, the anxiety it would bring to me. So one thing can be said is that, number one, I encourage people to not take medication for it. Number 2, there's got to be natural homeopathic ways to control anxiety, one of which would be diet and exercise, which I would recommend both be a daily focus for you, Fusco, if I'm pronouncing your name right. You're 18 years old, so you've got a whole life ahead of you. Um, the teenage years are filled with anxiety and hormones. I remember it. I lived it myself. I went to an all-boys Catholic high school, and I never felt like I fit in. And I felt tremendous anxiety. In fact, my years in high school, I probably had less self-confidence and more anxiety than every time in my life. So be patient with yourself. Understand and tell yourself and repeat to yourself as much as you can that some of your anxieties are temporary and things are going to change and things are going to get better. Teach yourself how to be an optimistic person rather than a pessimistic person. The more reference points of positive experiences in your life, the better. You gotta throw yourself into things you enjoy, in school and outside of school, and in relationships. If there are specific things that are causing you anxiety, then I guess you have to work on eliminating those things from your life. This is your one life, and then we're dead. Yeah, anxiety can be passed down and can be inherited, and it can be taught. I know several people in my life, very close to me, that have tremendous anxiety. And they'll take Xanax for that to try and control it. Yeah, you really have to pinpoint what's causing that anxiety. I know for myself, if I don't get my sleep, then everything is more anxiety ridden throughout the day. If I don't have my rest, if I don't exercise, my anxiety levels are up. If I don't eat right, my anxiety levels are up. If I drink too much on any given night, my anxiety levels go up. So there's certain ways to control that and teach yourself and educate yourself about it. You're not alone. Everyone has it. You just have it severe. Yeah, I don't know more I can say about it. Hey, Jonathan Spicer. Where would I live if I live anywhere? Colorado. Not necessarily Denver, but the foothills there. That's where my brothers live. I fell in love with it 25 years ago. I've been going out there for 25 years to visit my brother. I go out there about 2 times a year. Ski, hike, bike, fish, go to concerts, enjoy the nature, enjoy the sights and the scenes. Rocky Mountain National Park, all the ski resorts, the Garden of the Gods, Red Rocks. I can go on if you want me to. Great economy. Great. I mean, the job market's good out there. The housing market, the price of housing gone way up. Yeah, I mean, if you're into marijuana, it's legalized marijuana. I know a lot of people taking marijuana for their anxieties out there. I don't do that, and I never would. In fact, I think for a lot of people, marijuana causes them anxiety. Well, there's different strands, right? There's like the hyper, and then there's like the mellow one. Yeah, there's no shame in taking medication for mental illness. You know, some of the things I say here is just for me. It's just for each his own. This is what works for me. This is what I believe in. And I'm a huge advocate for exercise and proper diet. Controlling the different chemicals in the brain. And you'll see my vlog I put up tomorrow. I touch upon some of those topics. Will you do some meetup events with subscribers? I don't rule it out in the future, but nothing in the short term here, Jurek. I'm in no hurry to put Chase in any public environment with viewers. It's a very complicated, touchy subject. Yes, Megan loves life. Exactly, you said it. Sativia hyper, indica mellow. Chase like toys and candy. Chase is not really big into toys. He likes suckers. You should speak at schools about autism. Well, thank you. Leigh, Winval, Megan, are you graduating high school this year? Courtney B, what works One many not work for exactly. I had anxiety, depression for 10 years. I took medication. It took me to gain a ton of... Hey, I mean, I would look at things and there's two different ways. And I've taken different medications throughout my life for different things. Like, for instance, my shakes. I took medication on and off for my tremor disorder, and it helped. And then I stopped taking it. And I realized that, you know what? I'm going to have this for my whole life. And my head's starting to shake too as I get older. I'm just going to learn to deal with it and cope with it. And that's what I did. That's what I did. There's been on occasions I've taken sleep aids, including Xanax, for like a sleep aid, like a very mild dose of it. And hey, you know, you have to sleep your entire life. So if there's ways that you can deal with insomnia in a natural way, then that's always going to be the most healthy way. So that's what I try and do, you know. Try and find a natural way to cope with whatever it may be. Thank you, Megan Loves. Well, there's two horrible things that cause tremor disorder to be worse: caffeine and alcohol. So I probably have too much of both. But the alcohol I've gotten rid of mostly. But caffeine, oh, I drink way too much every single day. It's ridiculous how much I drink. Don't believe those doctors about what you said about depression, anxiety. Tell them to go. Hey, Mario Bear, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I love you up in Milwaukee, one of my favorite cities in the Midwest. Love it. There's so many great times there, especially Summerfest. I saw my very first fish show in Milwaukee on May 1st, 1992 at the Rave. You and Chase Bay, you go, YouTubers. What is that? Oh, I'm getting tired. Thank you, Mainstream Marine. Hey, Ontario, Canada. I'm trying to get some of those questions that were up there. I love the video of Chase getting his Christmas tree. Thank you. I thought it turned out great. I use magnesium for sleep. Works well. I should try that. What's up, Louisiana? Hey, Nick Barr. I've been to New Orleans Jazz Fest 6 times. Some of the best times of my life. Incredible fun times. Just wow, wow, wow how much fun I had there. YouTubers help me move on faster in family and friends. What's up, following fan? What are you doing this again? Very helpful. Donovan Grant, I'd probably start doing a weekly or bi-weekly super chat like this. It's kind of an experiment that started a couple weeks ago. I have to see to the level that I enjoy it. And I'm telling you, honestly, I've been nothing but 100% enjoying it. It's different. I'm not used to talking so much. I'm not used to repeating the same answers over and over and over. But trust me, I love knowing that I'm helping people. And what more life reward in life is there than to be helping other people? Tell me another reward that's more rewarding than that. Bringing children into this world is just as rewarding. But like job satisfaction, I don't know, you know, relationship satisfaction is very rewarding. My relationship with my wife and my kids is everything, and my family. But I love helping others, you know. Everyone helped me with Chase, so I guess I'm giving back. I love the process. I love the technology. I love the communication. I love the questions. Hey, and most of all, I feel like I have something to share. I have life experience. I'm 46 years old, so I have plenty of reference points and experiences to share, not only as a parent, but in other things on there. It's Tom Cruise. I'm just kidding. It's Bob Dylan. It took me 15 years to decide to get this tattoo. It's a dedication to one of my life heroes, which is Bob Dylan. Chase does not like loud noise. Peace Frog, I love your name. Abilene, Texas. Tom Cruise. What are things you're going to get Chase for Christmas? I got him these. High-tech headphones, man. You can control the volume on it. You can mute out the sound around him. You know, nowadays at 18 and a half years old, I'm not doing some huge shopping thing for him. Everything comes down to coloring books. He already has all the technologies and stuff that you'd ever want. He's got it all. I just want him to be happy and have a good time. He's got like a dozen gifts from viewers to open up just that day. I bought them on, just search Amazon. Just search, they're called Razer Slim Shooter Electronic Muffs. They're like 45 bucks. Put little batteries in there, you control the volume. These are professional shooters that shoot at ranges. So I think Chase is gonna like them. They're small and compact ones too. They just came on, Amazon Prime. How did you decide on the name Chase? Great question. My brother's best friend growing up was named Mark Chase, and they always called him Chase. So when I learned that we were having a boy, I said to his mother, I said, why don't we call him Chase? And she liked the idea, and the rest is history. Courtney B., I'm a life coach for women and men struggling with depression and anxiety. I want to help others since I dealt with mental... Awesome. Courtney B., you and I are on the similar wavelength, It's the same for me, I have all this experience in autism, so I'm giving back. I also have tremendous amount of experience with depression, not for myself, but with very close people around me. And I've seen people recover through Prozac and Zoloft, and I've seen other people recover naturally. It all depends on the level and depth of the clinical depression, right? Can Chase communicate through text message? Great question. He can. He does not actively do it. I've never seen him actively do it. If you tell him to, he will do it. There is going to be a future with him where he has his own iPhone, which I will provide to him, and we will FaceTime, which we don't currently do, and he can text me and FaceTime me. And we're going to be doing that, and we don't currently do stuff like that. Hey TJ, thank you for loving Carmen. I'm so glad she's part of the vlog now. She moves in with me full-time next summer after her daughter graduates from high school up in Minneapolis, and she'll be a big part of this video. Did Chase ever have trouble eating different foods because of smells and colors? Yeah, he's been very rigid about food his entire life. Tactile defensiveness, if you know what that is. Very rigid, very, very rigid. Stephanie is really no fault at all. My sister was misdiagnosed with fibromyalgia and 2 mountains Lyme disease. Did Chase ever... Oh yeah, we already read that. I love watching your videos. Thank you, Mary Bear. I love that you guys subscribe and chat and join me on the super chat and support the channel on multiple levels. It's been a crazy last 3 months. Just wild. Frail Official, I'll follow you on Instagram. It's Frail Official. I'm gonna go on there right now. Let me pull up my Instagram. See what I can find here. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, you gotta do it because I do a lot of other videos on there that are spontaneous, typically in my car, and they're real fun. I think you guys will like it. Frail Officials, Victoria. I just followed Frail Official Victoria. I hope that's you. If not, that person's going to wonder why I followed them. Jonathan Spicer, I have subscribed. Thank you. Courtney B. Robert Palace of Stitches. I chose a work life where I take care and help individuals of varying degrees of disabilities and was the best. Awesome. I love it. As Jurek, it's as Jurek GT. Sure. Will do any challenges with Chase? Will you do any challenges with Chase? Like eating the spicy noodles or chip? Yeah, absolutely I will. I'll eat anything. I'll put anything in my mouth but shrimp and crawfish. I'm highly allergic. I love hot spicy foods. As Jurek. Yeah, this S. Jurek Panas. I just followed you. Mohammed Zine Patura Paguns. I don't know. I don't know if that's you. I sure hope it is. If not, they're going to wonder why I'm following. Is your name the same as here on Instagram? My name is Kimok7. The one and only Kimok7. Don't know if Chase would like my videos, but they're kind of silly and my German Shepherd is in them a lot. Granny Goose, send me a link. My email is kimok@comcast.net. I'll show it to him. Yeah, I'll eat anything. Hell yeah. My favorite movie is Pulp Fiction. How did you come up with that username? Kimok is one of my favorite musicians. His name is Steve Kimok. He's a guitarist, so you can search Steve Kimok on YouTube. So when I created the YouTube page 10 years ago, or in 2008, I wanted Kimok, but it was already taken, so I did Kimok7. Do I have any phobia? Oh, does Chase have any phobias? Yeah, definitely like roller coasters, water moving objects. Absolutely freak out. I've got to try this milkshake. Is Chase homeschooled? No, he's not. What's up, buddy? You're wrecked out. Why? Kimok, what's up, buddy? You're wrecked out. I don't know what that means. But are you drunk a lot? No, I'm not. Good night, Donna Grant. Are you drunk a lot? I'm currently training in university to become a teacher and will experience children with autism. Very cool. You give me so much. Glad we can help. Love it, Emma. Thank you for helping children like my son. Good night, Courtney. Does Chase go to a school? Yes, he does. He's a senior in high school. He's in a special needs class at the high school. It's kind of a mainstream high school, but it has some private services too. Hell yeah, I'm tired. I've been going since 7 o'clock. Talking nonstop since 7. Wouldn't you be tired? My eyes are like bleeding. I don't have my glasses on too because I'm gonna have my glasses on in future vlogs because there's a lot of moving objects. Make challenge videos. How are we gonna make challenge videos? I don't know what you mean. I like that idea. Thank you, Courtney B. You are the kind, so kind. Yeah, I agree, Peace Frog. Well, I said 10 o'clock, so we got 2 more minutes. Yes, Chase is in special ed class. He has been his entire life. Hey, I'm very upfront with Chase when I introduce him to new people. I simply say, hey, Chase, this is Carmen. This is my girlfriend. And Chase is very receptive to meeting new people if he's introduced to that person by his parents or by his sister. Chase is a very warm, affectionate, kind, gentle person. Will he go out of his way to meet or talk to a stranger? Never. Not for 1 second. Thank you, Peace Frog. I'm glad you enjoyed it. This vlog will go up on YouTube, tonight's live chat, so it will live there for history and eternity. So if you missed anything, you could go rewatch it. It'll be on there. What's my name? My name's Chad. Good night, y'all. Rest up. Yeah, I'm tired. I gotta use the bathroom. I've been talking for 3 hours. You guys have been great. Does Chase like when people talk to him? God, my answer to that question is so long, I can't even get into it. You're funny, Scorpy. Chase doesn't care what other people think about him. He doesn't care at all. He doesn't care. Not only that, he's pretty much oblivious. Spicy noodle challenge? Alright. Oh, Scorpy, you're very rude and obnoxious. I'll let you know, Jonathan Spicer. Be sure to subscribe to this and follow me on Instagram and you'll know. Chad with 2 Ds, straight up. Chad with the big D, straight up. Oh, you guys are funny as hell. I'll give you a shout out, Daniel Marianovich. Love it. Chase does not know sign language. We were going to teach it to him, but then he started to talk. You're funny, Scorpy. Yeah, I will snort. My throat gets real dry after I talk for 3 hours. It's almost like you get a sore throat and you start to sweat. Speaking is a very physical thing. It's like physically exerting, you know. Charlotte Ambrose, I'm working night shift and watching you on my break. Keep the great video. It's incredible. I'm glad I can entertain you all. We're going to say goodnight on this wonderful Saturday. I've had so much fun today. In fact, when I end tonight's live chat, I'm going right to my vlog that I created today. We're going to do a little bit more edits, and then we're going to upload it. So it should be viewable by about midnight. It's 10 o'clock here in Chicagoland. It's a beautiful, sunny, gorgeous day. You're going to love the new vlog. I want you to take to heart some of the things I say in the vlog for any disorders that you have, because pretty much everything I say in the vlog in terms of exercising will only help you. It could not hinder you unless you have a physical disability. Some people with physical disabilities cannot exercise in an anaerobic way, and I respect that and I understand that. Somebody who may be paralyzed or in a wheelchair, whatever it may be. Yeah, so there you go. Kimok7, love you guys, thank you.